Hey, sound check, sound check. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Sound check, mic check. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. He belongs to the streets. Testing. Whoops. Uh-oh. Oh, can I see I'm a little low? Holy God. How about that? That seems about right. I think I need to turn down the... Jesus. There we go. Okay. All right, how's that? Is that a little bit better? I think it looks better on the, Let me know, guys. All right, we are all good. All right, here we go.
A woman never belongs to you. It's just your turn. You lost your edge, she lost attraction for you. That's how it works. What'd you think she was gonna do? Tell you she cheated? Men cannot afford to get complacent in relationships. Get your fat ass off the couch, start lifting weights, and learn game. You're welcome.
And now your man,
Donovan Sharpe.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to the 845th edition of TSR Live. Your daily dose of toxic masculinity and misogyny. As you guys can see, from the BTS cam, it appears that I lost connection with my vertical camera thingamajig. So I'm going to see if I can reconnect to that bad boy. No, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to. So, all right, cool. So, looks like we are going to do the. Oh, nope, that's the same thing. Okay, all right. Well, I'll tell you what, man. It is exceedingly frustrating to have to do these kinds of things, but there we are. We are back. All right, cool. Not exactly the start I was looking for or hoping for, but we are here. Matter of fact, I forgot to put on my glasses, so please excuse me. There we go. All right, now we're in business. Now we are in business. Man, oh man, I'll tell you what, dude. When it rains, it pours. It is Monday, April 11th. Of 2022. It is good to have you guys in this late afternoon. Good to see all of you in here. Let me take that off. Let me put all of that on there. Okay. All right. Okay, cool. So it looks like everything appears to be all right. Let me experiment here. Ah, there we go. All right, cool. So I decided to go ahead and utilize my utilize both camera sliders. I'm still tweaking things out, points of view, angles, and all that good stuff. But there you can see that the camera sliders are in full effect. Let's check this one out. Yeah, this one's a little bit better, so I think I'm good to go there. Uh-oh, what's this over my shoulder? That would be Temptation Island Season 4. That's right, y'all. Temptation Island Season 4. I'm going to break that down right after the show. I was going to do Temptation Island and The Ultimatum, but for whatever reason, Netflix is tripping. Netflix is tripping right now, and for whatever reason, it's not allowing me to... It lets me hear what's going on Netflix, but it's not letting me see what's going on Netflix, so that's probably a bug that I'm going to have to work out. But right after the show, I am going to be breaking down Season 4 of Temptation Island, and I guess the truth comes out. I'm officially old. Yes, I am taking Osteo Biflex, and yes, it absolutely helps. And I don't care who knows it, more or less. As always, we are streaming live across multiple platforms: Twitch, MGTOW.tv, Manosphere.tv, Facebook, YouTube, and of course, and crystal clear, high-resolution 4K to Sharpe Stream, which is this community's only independent streaming platform, and can also be downloaded for iOS or Android from the App Store or the Google Play Store. So however you're watching, wherever you're watching from, thank you for making the Sharpe Reality Live a part of your daily routine. As I just stated, I will be breaking down the new dating show, Temptation Island Season 4. Now, starting tomorrow, after I get the bugs worked out, I'm going to be breaking them down back-to-back right after my shows, exclusively on Sharpe Stream. I'll be breaking these down exclusively on Sharpe Stream. Looks like I've got to do some work with my moving cameras there, but it's all good. So make sure you download the Sharpe Stream app, or you can watch live for free, or become a patron or a member at sharpestream.com to get access to all the live replays of all of the seasons of all of my dating show breakdowns. Shout out to my snipers on the Sharpe Stream side: Dre Raven, Kiki Anomaly, Hellfong, JBlaze11, Blazanity, Ox Craig, C. Kennedy, Preston, and of course the lovely and talented Devin. Good to see you guys all in the chat today. Shout out to my sharpshooters on the YouTube side. We've got Cigar Man, Dre Raven double dipping, Jay Blaze double dipping as well. Johnny Green is in the house. He says, finna be a hella good show. Absolutely. Casual Germ says this is going to be good. Absolutely. Absolutely. Devin says, is that the body covered up? It probably is. Probably is. Shane Will Win says, thank you, Kevin, for all you do, helping us navigate the waters of the dating market in the 21st century. A proud and honored contributor to this family of men and the 2% of females who watch. I appreciate that, but my name, Shane, is Donovan. Well, actually, my name is Alex, but my pseudonym is Donovan. I know that's a typo. I appreciate the shout out, man. It always means it means a great deal to me. It means a great deal to me when guys, recognize when they recognize the hard work that I put in. I don't do this for the accolades, man, but it is always nice. It is always nice to get them, and I appreciate it when guys. I really do appreciate it when guys take the time to really just thank me for the hard work that I'm doing out here on these YouTube streets. Oh, that's what's missing. Oh. Well, that's why things are looking funny. There we are. I don't have my full complement. There we are. There we go. What am I doing here? Man, oh man, I am slacking. There we go. Now we got the ambiance. There we go. Now we got the ambiance. Now we're good to go. Okay. All right. Now we are good to go. Let me read these super chats here very, very quickly. Shane will win. $10 super chat says, "Here's my entry fee for the." He says, "Here's my entry fee for the name mix-up. This is going to be a good one." Okay, absolutely. I appreciate you acknowledging that. JBlaze11, $5 says she alpha widowed herself beyond Jada. She actually ended the guy herself. Man, oh man. It's crazy out here in these streets. Grinder $2 super chat. I appreciate that very much. Invocator. I'm sorry, Colonel Sanders the 16th member for 26 months. 26 months. Wow. Thank you very much. A shout out to old man Donovan Sharpe. Yeah, man, I'm getting old. These bones are not as good as they once were. That's why I got to take Osteobiflex and all that good stuff. But hey, man, look, check this out. There's no shame in my game. Charles White. I'm sorry, Invocator, $5 super chat says, happy to catch a live again. Be saluted. Yeah, I took a couple of weeks off to prepare for the CME. I'm going to be signing that contract later today. So stay tuned for all of those details. Charles White says, has anyone seen posts by this guy with negative remarks about black Americans? Maybe that's why the black community is relatively silent on the issue. Possibly. Amos Brown, $20. I appreciate that very much. Geeky Anomaly says, yeah, I have also heard an African that mentions Africans do not like Americans. Oh, okay. Okay, very good. Yeah, I mean, listen, man, Americans, we get a bad rap all over the planet. I think that is obvious. So like I said, guys, later on in the show, later on in the show, as you guys can see on the screen there, I am going to be breaking down. I'm going to be breaking down I'm going to be breaking down only Temptation Island. I've tried to bring up The Ultimatum on Netflix. I can hear it, but I can't see it. And so because I can only hear it but not see it, that defeats the purpose. So I'm only going to do an hour of Temptation Island. However, after all of this gets resolved, I will be doing half an hour of The Ultimatum and half an hour of Temptation Island until both seasons end. So I'm very, very much looking forward to that. Also, shout out to the CME. You guys know Kendall Kirkland, the star of Temptation Island Season 3, will be a speaker/presenter at the CME. I want to get in touch with Thomas. Thomas, who is in a relationship with Chelsea, requested my phone number. So hopefully I can get Thomas to come out to the CME. That would be absolutely incredible. That would be incredible if we could get him out there as well. I'd love to do a panel. I'd love to do a panel show on that. Guys, ooh, wait a minute. There we go. So guys, I'm not going to waste your time here long stroking you like the lead attorney does. I'm going to get right into what I'd like to talk about from this particular perspective. I think a lot of us know and understand, the things that are at stake and the implications and all that other kind of stuff. But I would actually, I'd be very, very interested to know y'all's opinion on a particular element of this particular case. Now, so most of us are aware of the tragic passing of Toby. Right. And I can't pronounce his name. That's why I'm calling him Toby. Toby, of course, is a Nigerian American who was allegedly ended by Instagram model and OnlyFans creator Courtney Taylor, who was his girlfriend at the time of his passing. Now, the long and the short of what we know is that apparently Courtney and Toby got into a heated discussion, and at some point, Courtney used a knife on Toby. Toby bleeds out, and now Toby is no longer with us. This is what we know as far as we know. I guess other details will certainly come out as the investigation continues. But if you take a look at your screen, this is the video of the aftermath of this deadly confrontation between these two. And of course, I have forgotten to open up the phone line. So while I'm talking, guys, I want to get y'all's opinion on this. I'm going to open up the phone lines here, and while I'm talking, I'm going to open up the phone lines, and because I really want to get you guys' opinion on this, because I think we discussed this briefly on the 6th, but I don't think we really got into it the way I wanted to. So let me go ahead and open up the phone lines here. Yes, I'm all over the place. It's been a while since I've live streamed consistently, guys. Please forgive the Please forgive the lack of production here. Let me go ahead and open this up here quickly. Very nice. Hey, there we go. Now let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat, guys, if the background music is too loud, because that's kind of the complaint that I get a lot. If I can. Okay, well that's certainly good and loud. So you know that I am dialing into Blog Talk Radio. Pardon me.
Your show now.
There we go.
Press 1 to hear.
Your show is scheduled to start in
Yes.
33 seconds.
Perfect. So 33 seconds from now, the phone lines will be open. You guys can see the number in the bottom right-hand corner, 516-387-1987, 516-387-1987. That is 516-387-1987.
We are sorry, but we're experiencing a problem with our system. Please try your call again later, or report a problem through the Blog Talk Radio webpage.
Say
To start
what?
your show now, press 1. To hear important instructions, press 2.
Okay. Let's try this again.
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now. Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4,
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Blog Talk Radio.
Okay, so we're just going to forget. We're just going to forget all of that. We're going to start all over again. We're going to start all over again. Because I guess Blog Talk Radio had a little bit of a blip as well. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and get into this, guys. And while I'm talking, I'm going to open up the phone lines because I would love to hear your thoughts on what I'm about to discuss. Again, the lines are open. 516-387-1987. Temptation Island Season 4 breakdown right after the show. So, most of us are aware of the passing of Toby. Toby is a Nigerian American who was allegedly ended by Instagram model and OnlyFans creator who goes by the name of Courtney Taylor. Now, her legal name I think is Courtney Clenny or something to that effect, but I'm fairly certain that Courtney Taylor is her stage name. Anyway, the long and the short of what we know is that apparently Courtney and Toby got into a little bit of a heated disagreement, and at some point, Courtney used a knife on Toby. Toby bleeds out, and now Toby is no longer with us. Now, if you guys take a look at your screen, this is the video of the aftermath of this deadly confrontation between these two people. Now, as you can see, Courtney is clearly covered in what is assumed to be Toby's blood. Again, I'm not a defense attorney, nor am I a prosecutor, so I'm going to have to be very careful about how I characterize the events because the case hasn't been adjudicated yet. In fact, as of right now, Courtney Taylor has not yet been arrested for the alleged crime. Now, obviously, her being white and Toby being black does have racial implications, obviously. This past weekend on the 6th, the panel and I, we discussed the reasons that Courtney Taylor has not been arrested. We speculated that her race, her gender, her aesthetically pleasing physique, and her pretty face is clearly clouding the judgment of the Miami PD. Now, at this point, that is neither here nor there, at least for now. At least for now, it's not. I'm sure there will be many, many discussions about why Miss Taylor has not been arrested. And when and if she is finally arrested, a lot of people believe that she will not be charged with first-degree red rum spelled backwards. Rather, something like, I don't know, involuntary manslaughter with a self-defense claim or some sort of negligent homicide. One never really knows because no one is clairvoyant, but it would appear that the general public consensus is that Courtney Taylor will likely not be charged with red rum spelled backwards 1. That may or may not change, only time will tell. Anyway, the angle that I would like to discuss this from is the reaction or lack thereof from the black community, mainly from organizations that are known for speaking out on things like this, such as Black Lives Matter and so forth. Now, the reason for this is because a white person killed a black person. The white person is claiming self-defense and Isuba spelled backwards. It does not appear that the public at large buys her explanation in terms of why she did what she did, but no one seems to be up in arms about it. most notably the black community. Now, before I dive into this and give my opinion on why this is, I'd like to quickly just point out an obvious flaw in the renegade justice system, otherwise known as the court of public opinion. Courtney Taylor, she's been in trouble before. This is not her first run-in with the law. She's been in trouble before, but because she hasn't really suffered the consequences or paid the price for anything she's done, she continues to escalate, okay? Back in September 2020, she was arrested for a DUI in Austin, Texas. Now, currently she is scheduled for a pretrial conference in June. I don't know what a pretrial conference is. I've never been a part of those before. But bond for that charge was set at $8,000. Plus, she had to put a locking device on her car that would prevent her from driving if her blood alcohol level was not acceptable. Okay, this happened 1.5 years ago, and the case has still not been adjudicated, likely because she simply had not shown up for court. A couple years earlier, she was sued for personal injury, property damage, and vehicle loss stemming from a car crash. That happened, I think, back in 2018. The plaintiff dismissed the suit after the incident was settled out of court. Now, my guess is that her parents likely paid off the plaintiff in exchange for dropping the charges. That's my best guess. So she essentially gets away with absconding from the state of Texas, where she has pending charges stemming from the DUI from nearly 2 years ago. Her parents presumably paid the victims from the car crash she was involved with, avoiding a trial and likely a much larger payout in terms of being compensated. So is anyone surprised that a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white girl from Texas is not in jail, even though everyone knows she ended the life of another human? This is exactly what Pearl Davis talked about on the 6th this past weekend. And she said it. If you remove consequences, people are going to continue to engage in the behavior. The most ubiquitous example that I can think of right off the top of my head are false EPAR accusations. Jackie Coakley falsely accused a fraternity of EPAR, but after everyone found out it was a hoax, Coakley was never charged. Emma Solkowitz, the mattress girl, falsely accused a male student of EPAR and carried a futon mattress around campus as her final project. Once again, circumventing the hard work that comes with actually passing a college course. Not only did we find out that she was not a victim of EPAR after messages between her and her victim came to light, she actually shot a spicy movie with someone else. I'm not sure what she was thinking when she did that, but once again, she made a false accusation and was not charged. Crystal Mangum, the woman that accused 3 Duke lacrosse players of EPAR, was never charged with making a false accusation, even though it was later found out that then District Attorney Mike Nifong clearly knew that DNA samples taken from her did not match anyone on the Duke lacrosse team. Now, as a side note, Miss Mangum is currently serving a life sentence for ending the life of her then boyfriend back in 2013. This is why women continue to accuse men of EPAR falsely. They are not punished for it. And like Pearl said, when you remove consequences, people are going to engage in the behavior with impunity and a reckless abandon. Now, a little more background on Miss Taylor. She's been in a few advertisements with some larger companies. She's been in a Pepsi ad. She was also in an ad for a church, which is confusing for obvious reasons. I don't know, maybe not. And I think also a company called Discount Dollars. She's also had a few minor acting roles. She had a very small role in American Psycho, had another small role in The Lion Game, Unstoppable, and Boyhood. The roles she got most notoriety for was a 2016 movie called Everybody Wants Some. Okay? A year earlier, back in 2015, she actually did a photo shoot for Playboy magazine. So it's obvious that this girl is no stranger to the spotlight on some level. Well, Courtney is going to be in the spotlight for the foreseeable future because of what happened with her and her now deceased boyfriend, Toby, which brings me to the question I'd like your opinions on. Why is the black community noticeably silent about this? Why isn't Black Lives Matter? Why aren't they protesting this? Well, the answer is obvious, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist or a philosophical savant to figure this out. And the answer is that the black community does not care about black men who date non-black women. Let me repeat that. The black community does not care about black men who date non-black women. In fact, black men who date or marry non-black women, especially white women, are shunned from the black community. We are exiled and we are shamed for our preference in women. We're often called sellouts, Uncle Toms, coons, etc. Anytime a black man is in the spotlight for anything, good, bad, or ugly, the black community appears to temper its response until it finds out about the race of the spouse or girlfriend of the black man. Now, black women clearly do not face the same kind of scrutiny. In fact, they are encouraged to date non-black men and are praised when they do it. So now the question becomes, why are black men admonished for dating interracially while black women are encouraged and admired for doing the same thing? Well, I'm going to give you my answer, and then I'm going to start taking your calls to get your answers. Here's the bottom line. The reason why we get dogged for dating interracially is because black women cannot date other races of men at the same rate we can date other races of women. In other words, black men have far more options than black women. Women of all races are attracted to black men. Some more than others, but by and large, black men, we are some of the most sought after men in the world in terms of marriage and relationships. And yeah, there's probably a little bit of bias on my end, but at least I can admit that. Black women, on the other hand, are not. Yes. I mean, listen, there are other races of men of other races who do date and marry black women. But these men are the exception and not the rule, as American black women are at the very bottom of the sexual totem pole. Let me repeat that. American black women are at the very bottom of the sexual totem pole. So you guys can miss me with, Nigerians, Jamaicans, Dominicans. I'm not talking about those women. Any black female born and raised in the United States will find herself at the bottom of the sexual totem pole. No matter what black women say, no matter how much they like to lie about being divested, or about how they're engaged to a white guy, or how they know a half a dozen sisters who are engaged to or married to white men, we all know it's cap, and so do they. And that is why we catch so much heat for dating out. If black women could date out at the same rate that we do, there would not be an issue. Just like black men who complain about black women dating out, or are simply black men who are unable to date out themselves. Because I can tell you this, if a white man were to end the life of a black woman, the entire world would stop. Why? Because the black community, which is run by black women, has made it abundantly clear that the only black lives that really matter are black lives who fall in line with the culture, which includes dating, marrying, and having children with only black women. As far as the black community is concerned, any black man who suffers anything while in a relationship with a non-black woman deserves what he gets for being a traitor to his race. So that is what I think. That's what I think. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Ladies, if you guys want to call in, you are more than welcome to. Dude, white men, white girls, black girls, everybody. If you agree, disagree, whatever. I am very, very interested to know. I'm very, very interested to know what you guys think. 516-387-1987, 516-387-1987. Let us go to Clark in Nashville. Clark in Nashville, you're on Live at Donovan. Go ahead.
Thank you for taking my call.
Absolutely.
Excellent subject.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll try to be succinct. You are completely on point about why the black community has essentially ignored this issue. I haven't seen it anywhere but on your platform, and I saw Rolo talking about it on your platform.
Yep.
I was watching the Six yesterday, but and so the only way to get this publicized is to shame them into publicizing this.
Yeah.
You gotta, maybe I will call, what's that guy's name? Crump,
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
is at every black man who's killed, because it's always black men.
Yep.
I mean, there's that one woman who was pulled over and hung herself in a jail, but it's always black men. And there you see Crump. Call Crump, okay? Number one.
Okay.
Number two, absolutely. Ice Cube's video, I think you did a content critique on that one where he's got Vivica Fox on there talking about his contract with Black America.
Oh, yes.
And how all of those women jumped on him because he didn't say anything about the women.
Right.
Specifically about the women.
There
all
you
right?
go.
So, absolutely. And it's not just that they can't date out at the frequency that black men can date out. It's
Right.
also control.
Ooh.
If a black man
Wow.
dates a white woman, marries a white woman, he is out of control. He is not under the thumb of black women.
Wow.
And he's not under the thumb of white men.
Oh, my
Boom.
goodness.
Okay?
Ay, ay, ay. Okay, keep
So-
going.
So after OJ, what was that, 1995?
Yeah, 94,
96,
95. Yeah.
97?
Yeah.
After OJ, black men couldn't get away with murdering
Nope.
anybody.
Nope.
Okay? You know, it was Giuliani time.
That's right.
Okay? So to conclude all of that, bring it back around full circle, it's about control. And these black men who are dating these black women, they're just out of control. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but I do work with them.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, she'll be charged murder one. And
What?
then because of her mental health history, she'll be charged
okay.
murder one.
Okay,
But
okay.
see, prosecutors overcharge.
Yes, they do.
Prosecutors are
They
in
do.
charge of what the charge is. So the prosecutor, in order for her to put up more on her side of the table, prosecutor's going to charge her with murder one. And then she may get off in air quotes with NGRI, not guilty by reason of insanity.
Wow.
She might.
Wow.
It depends. Because she's got a mental health history. But they'll
Yeah,
take
she does.
the death penalty off the table because of the mental health history. So there'll be a plea bargain, an
Okay.
agreed order. It won't even see the inside of a courtroom. And, 3 years from now, because she's going to spend a couple of weeks to a couple of months in a state hospital getting evaluated. They'll say, yeah, she's crazy, but she's not incompetent.
Right.
And so she's got to go on trial.
Right,
2 years
right,
from
right,
now,
right, right.
There'll be an agreed order. There will not be a court trial.
So it is.
And the grand
Good.
jury will indict because there are enough black, Cuban men who can vote who will make sure that at least she's indicted. All right?
Wow. So you think she'll be indicted?
But it's-
You think it goes to trial,
I,
but you think she gets off by
Yes.
reason of insanity? Wow.
that's the least likely.
Okay.
She'll be indicted, but she won't go to trial because right before the court date, judge says, I've had enough.
Mhm.
You guys have been putting this off too long.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
2 or 3 prosecutors have been elected and served their time,
Right.
and then they leave and become defense attorneys. Anyway, there will be an agreed order. And
Okay.
it will not see a trial. We will not see evidence. It'll be sealed, and she'll serve time served. She'll spend a total of 3 years, maybe in all of it in probation.
Yeah. Or in a
One of
hospital
those
somewhere.
ankle monitors
Yep.
for murdering a black
That's
man.
right. That's right.
Okay? Mark my words.
Okay.
I'll see you in Miami in about,
Yes.
6 weeks, dude?
Yeah, about 6 weeks, my friend. Yes, I will see you in Miami. Clark in Nashville. Thanks for calling in, man. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Take care.
All right. Clark brought up some points that I had not thought of. He is right. Prosecutors, DAs overcharge. I don't know that he's going to overcharge this chick. I mean, he's right. Prosecutors do overcharge. I'd be very interested to see. He thinks she's going to be charged with murder one. So we will see. We will see. Let's go to Jay Blaze in Maine. Jay Blaze, you're on Live with Donovan. What's on your mind, man?
Hey, man. I think they go. The black media goes for like slam dunks. So I think the optics for this are horrible.
Yeah.
And this is exactly why. Could you imagine being the prosecutor to like take this case?
Oh my God.
The optics are just absolutely horrible because you have the earlier domestic stuff, and then it's a stand your ground state.
Yep.
And so, if you think back 15 years ago, you had the Michael Richards thing. That was an easy slam dunk.
Yes.
So they dunked on that guy. So that's just my opinion on that.
Oh boy. Before I let you go, do you agree with Clark in Nashville? Do you think she gets charged with murder one, or do you think, because he thinks that she's going to get charged, but it won't see the inside of a courtroom? They'll charge her with murder one, but she'll get off, spend 3 years on probation. What's your opinion on this? And even none of us are lawyers,
I agree with
but
that.
okay.
They will not want to go to trial because could you imagine the circus that would be? So they will try and make like a plea deal or something so this never like sees the light of day. Like they're going to extend it as much as they can.
Yep.
So we forget about it. And then she gets off and sees hospitals and no prison.
Yeah. Wow. Jay Blaze, thanks for calling in, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, appreciate it. Thank
Absolutely. You. Yeah, wow, people are very, very cynical about this. And I guess I am too. I don't think she's going to serve any time. I really don't. I really, really don't. Let's go to David in Houston. David in Houston, you're on Live with Donovan. What's on your mind?
Hey, Donovan. Thanks for having me on. Yeah, I just wanted to say a big reason that it's not really getting any coverage is because the victim is African, and currently, Tariq Nasheed and the whole black movement kind of is separating themselves from Africans, entirely. So if you go on Twitter, you see a lot of people say, "Oh, that has nothing to do with us. We're FBA, et cetera, et cetera."
Wow, I did not realize
I just wanted
that.
to say that's a.
So you mean David, you mean to tell me that?
Right,
okay, and you're talking about Tariq Nasheed, correct?
Yeah, he started this whole movement where Africans and black-born Americans aren't really, he's drawing a distinct line between them, and basically they're coons, they're sellouts. And honestly, all in all, this was just a very unlucky situation for the victim. I mean, you're an immigrant, you get killed by a war. That's the worst thing that can happen to you, honestly. But the main point I wanted to say, the thing is, having the backing of the so-called black community, you only get that backing if you bend, to their will.
Yeah, if you bend the knee,
to how they want you to be. So, what I want to say to everyone is, society doesn't really care about men, so you have to look after yourself. Like, that's the main thing, get some brothers you can trust, some women you can trust. Other than that, anything happens to you, it's on you. So make sure you're vetting, building yourself up and doing everything the best you can to protect yourself because no one else is going to do it.
Wow. Very good. Good advice, David. Thanks for calling in, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Have a good one.
You too. That's interesting. That's an element another element. This is why I like opening up the phone lines because you guys always give me something to think about. You are an immigrant who got killed by a local. An immigrant who got killed by a local, but isn't it interesting? Isn't it interesting how I don't think this is similar to the Amanda Knox situation because Amanda Knox was a foreigner who apparently had something to do with the passing of another citizen of another country. But those are some interesting parallels. Very, very good call there. I appreciate that, David in Houston. Let's go to Darren in Phoenix. Darren in Phoenix, you're on Live with Donovan. What's on your mind?
All right, what's going on? It's Rebel 5150 from the chat, a.k.a. Darren.
What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
So, I'm doing great.
Good.
I just where do I start? So I just went on TikTok real quick,
Okay.
Twitter real quick, for the last 5 minutes while on hold, looking this up, and it seems like a lot of black women have this. They kind of have this sentiment that, because apparently he has some tweets. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Here's some tweets. The way black girls disgrace themselves on TV. Then he says, "Oof, black girls were born knowing that they shake their ass. Me, honestly, I don't care what they got. That's not my type." So apparently he has tweets, quote unquote, disrespecting black women, shaming black women, whatever it is. So these black women have the sentiment that, okay, you got with the white girl. You don't like black women. The white girl killed you. No, if there's no justice, they're like, well, that's sad. Oh well.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's what it kind of seems like to me.
Yeah. No.
But that's all. That's just like.
Go ahead. Did you have anything else?
That's what it seems like to me. It seems like if you It seems like if you worship the black women, you say, "Oh, black women are queens," and blah blah blah.
Right.
They'll tear up the streets no matter what you did. It doesn't matter what you did. Remember, when was it, like 93, 94, I'm not sure, when OJ, did that to the white women, everybody was around him.
Oh, yeah.
Now since it's the other way.
Oh, yeah.
But he said he liked black women and black community, but he never, quote unquote, disrespected black women. But now, someone who's disrespected black women, all of a sudden, just because he has a little checkered past or said a couple things, now all of a sudden, they can care less. So, I don't know. I just find it kind of funny.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's funny at all. I think they've been pretty consistent with it. And you said it best. If you're a black man and you date non-black women and you vocalize your preference for non-black women, then the black community wants nothing to do with you. Thanks for calling, Darren. I appreciate it.
Yeah. All right.
So Darren was on your screen, guys, and the phone lines are still open, 516-387-1987. So Dev sent me this, she sent me this article, and, I'm gonna tell you what, dude, this bitch is bad. Like, listen, aesthetically speaking, this is a fat ass white girl. This white girl, yeah, dude, she has oops, that's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do at all. See, I went down. See that? See how fucking with white girls will get me in trouble? Got me all off my square. All right. Anyway. So on your screen is so it says give me a second. This is so funny how they characterize this. Christian Toby Obumseli's, we'll call him CTO's, racist tweets resurface post his death. Oh boy. So now they're calling these tweets racist. Okay, let's see what racist tweets he tweeted out. It says, OOMF, black girls are born knowing how to shake they ass. Me. Honestly, I don't care. They not my type. That's not racist. That he just said that they're not his type. Once again, he said, I'm tired of these black girls in my government class. Okay. I mean, okay. The way black girls disgrace themselves on TV, I don't really know how that is construed as racist. Oh, here we go. Coco Goddess. Coco Goddess, let me blow this up here for you so you guys can see what this nonsense is about. She says, can we black women, especially Nigerian women, collectively not give a damn or care about Christian Toby Obumseli's case? This is not our fight at all. So now we have Nigerian women turning on CTO. Isn't that something? Look at this. This is funny. Look at this. Black girls are boring knowing how to shake their ass. Honestly, they're not my type. That's not racist. Alex has me thinking how much I want mixed babies, and she ace SMH. I feel like only yellow bone girls can pull off nose rings. Mixed girls, I believe white women can cook. Want a white girl help? When the beautiful white girls hashtag something in yoga pants, So Dom was here, says how Christian O felt about black women is unfortunate. Him losing his life in that manner is also unfortunate. That's all I have. Yeah. It's funny how she led with that, right? Like, I feel bad that he was offed by a white girl, but I also feel bad that he did not prefer black women. How he felt about black women is unfortunate. What is unfortunate? What is unfortunate? What's unfortunate about it? The man has a preference. He vocalizes preference. I don't really know what's unfortunate about that. Another girl named Clarine says, so Christian T.O. was on social media passing around anti-black women propaganda and praising only white women, only for a white woman to off him, and white officers refusing to investigate his case. Terrible story, but crazy how the universe works sometimes. So now here we go. We have women talking about him getting karma. There's no such thing as karma. There's no such thing as karma, guys. I've told you guys this. Alicia B says, this is Toby Christian O. Black women, stay out of this situation. Wow. This is before I even look at this. Look at this. I just got one thing to say about this Christian Toby situation. Do not call us. Everybody wants the black woman to rally behind this black man that was killed by the very woman he craved. Call his community, not us. He didn't want nothing from us. Respect his wishes. Wow. Oh, here we go. And we're going to continue taking phone calls. We've got Alvin in Australia next, followed by Octavius in Virginia, then Colleen in Michigan, and Dominic in the Bay Area. I'm going to be getting to all you guys here shortly. Says, what happened to Christian T.O. is a story of white supremacy. Okay. A black man who spent his time dehumanizing black women, fetishizing white women, centering himself around YouTube-centered circles, ends up getting red rummed by his white girlfriend, and police don't charge her. This is so funny. Dude, you guys understand? You guys understand what's happening here? Black women are not doing themselves any favors by doing this. This is and the reason why I'm not tripping is because I know I can date white girls. I mean, dude, I've been dating white girls and Hispanic girls for decades. I don't date black women because black women are not my type. Listen, Myron and Fresh got in trouble for it. I'm a double down. I don't dabble in the dark either. Don't dabble in the dark either. Sorry. Sure don't. And Akash and Alex, you know where you can go with your little comments. I swear to dude, I tell you what, man, I wish Akash would call me corny. I wish he would call me corny. Here we go. Black Twitter, when they found out Christian T.O. was a coon. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Okay, so oh boy. Oh boy. Ay. Oh my God. Yep. Listen, man. We say don't stick your sausages in crazy, and Christian is the reason why. Chris with the $2 super chat says his tweets are over 10 years old. He was only 17. They did the same thing to Richie Archidiacono, or no, Dante DiVincenzo, when when the Villanova basketball team won the NCAA title, they went and did all this research on Dante DiVincenzo's tweets. He was like 12, 13 years old. This is what people do. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. All right, let's keep the party going. Alvin in Australia. You said you have another angle, and Alvin, I think you're Nigerian. Is that correct?
That is 100% correct.
Okay.
Let's see, Donovan. There are a lot of angles to this, so I'll try and make it as short as possible. But okay. First angle. I believe his name is Christian Toby. The other name I cannot pronounce it. We are not from the same area. It's a big country.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, all right.
Whatever. I believe he's in his 20s, so I'm guessing he was born in America. So his ties to Nigeria are basically slim. I even doubt if he has been to the country. So basically, he's a Black American. But of course, they like native Black Americans like to separate themselves. So another angle is just like the Mexicans that come over from Mexico into America. They work like crazy. They work hard.
Yes.
Same thing as most foreigners. That's why there's a stat that I saw somewhere. Out of every 10 Black doctors, 7 of them are Nigerians in America. It is that crazy. So
whoa,
that
I did not know. Wait, hold on real quick, Alvin. So you're telling me that 70% of Black doctors in America are Nigerian?
Yes.
Wow, that's news to me.
I saw that stat a while back. Yes. Okay. So super aggressive. In fact, you can check the stats everywhere. There's
I mean, I'll take your word for it.
Education rate so high, so we are extremely driven. So that's why there's clash in the Black community with Africans, because Africans will be like, hang on a second, what are you guys talking about racism? I'm excelling. Why aren't you? So that is the divide in it. So I guess that's the problem. Then again, there's this tendency, most people, if you remember, the percentage of Americans that actually travel is a very small percentage.
Yes. Oh, yes.
What
You're
does
very
that
right.
Tell you?
Yeah.
They are upper class.
Yes.
Upper class. So the Nigerians you see outside Nigeria are upper class.
Right.
So basically, upper class people are going to hang out with upper class people.
Right. That's exactly right.
So unfortunately, you hardly see a lot of Africans want to hang out with Black Americans. They want to hang out with people that are in the upper class, and where people in the upper class are going to be white. So that's going to be the mixing is definitely going to be there. Probably they grew up in the same area. In this, it's like saying that you want to expect Will Smith's children to only be hanging out with Black kids.
Of course not. Of course not.
Hanging out with people in that area. Exactly. So that's another thing. Then again, feminism. Honestly, it's seeping into Africa like crazy. Through the same people.
Wow.
Yes, it is. And it's almost like a battle. Yes. And if you notice, most Nigerians that you see online, they're in America or in every other part of this thing. And this killing, unfortunately, you're not going to hear about it, but here in Australia, there's a case of a Nigerian as well.
Okay.
His ex-girlfriend came to his current girlfriend's house when they were sleeping, set the whole place ablaze with kerosene, burnt her, and him. He eventually died. The kids were dragged out. Eventually, the other woman. So it's a whole mess. So this thing has been going on. So there's a lot of distrust. There's a lot of distrust in the community in general, because what happens is that when the men come over to the Western world, the women, they bring some of the women to help them out, but of course they get indoctrinated with feminism and they join the Black women and become
right. Of course.
So there's always friction. They break up and listen, and the men are cynical. Oh, I brought you from the dirt, and you now come and you're not above me, and it's all a mess. So what I'll say about this whole thing is that we are not surprised, but I can tell you for a fact the African community heard about this way before everyone else, because we are all in contact. We all have Facebook groups and WhatsApp groups. So So yeah, so we'll definitely be aware of incidents like this. So all I'll say is it's a whole mess. Whether she's gonna be charged or not, who knows
It's tough to
at
say,
this
man.
point,
It's tough to say.
honestly.
Alvin in Australia, thank you very much for calling in and giving a much-needed perspective, man.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Varn James with the $5 super chat. I appreciate that. Let us go to Octavius in Virginia. Octavius in Virginia, you've got a couple of questions, and you go ahead.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Of course.
Yeah, I was just why you always not just you specifically, but like if I go to Twitter or the media in today's time, and I'm seeing like a lot of not a lot, but people basically saying like why we're not protesting for this, why our black sisters not protesting for this, you know, but I always wonder that because like should it be like some cases, a lot of cases, and always the cases, you know, black men protesting or to come together to protest against injustice for something or something that has been done wrong to our people in some way. It takes a man to lead a community.
I agree.
And the things that the hurtful, this thing he said against black women. You know, black women are born to just their butt. That's highly disrespectful. You know, and just stuff like that. Like suppose. And people are getting mad and saying, why you're not protesting for that? Why black women not trying to come up here and get the picket signs to protest for that? Oh, imagine this, right? Suppose a man is killed unjustly by higher authorities or just an individual, right? And the media begins uproar with outrage due to his death. Right. And then later discovered, you know, he was a pedophile or a rapist. And I'm not trying to equivalate, you know, comments the same as that.
Yeah, I understand.
But let's just say that they hear he killed somebody or he was killed or murdered unjustly by authorities or something, you know, because in Black Lives Matter, you're going 100% go behind that, you know, just because a police killed, you know, a man, and including the LGBT community or whatever, and so on. And suppose later, you know, discover and find he was a pedophile or rapist, and or in a situation in the past, he had hurtful, disrespectful comments against the LGBT community, or he had racist comments against certain races. Why would I want to come and instantly just want to help you out then?
No.
You know, I don't want to be a part of that. The judicial system do their job.
No, listen. I understand. I understand completely what you're saying. First off, I would disagree that he made racist comments about black women.
I mean,
go ahead.
Okay, but understand it like this, right? As like but that's still somewhat kind of disrespectful because you're basically saying that's what black women only do.
Listen,
that's what they can only do.
Listen. Listen.
If a white person said it,
hold on.
My fault for cutting you off.
No, that's okay. That's okay. You said if a white person were to say it, but a white person didn't say it, it was a black person. Now, I guess to what degree? Now, something being racist and something being disrespectful, I think sometimes those two things can be one and the same. But I'm looking at his tweets here, and let's see. And I'm not going to sit here and say that if you're a black woman, you should just not care about what he said. But cheering the death or telling or giving us the impression that this guy, some black women are saying, well, he deserved to die because he made these racist comments. Well, just because he made disparaging comments about you doesn't mean anyone deserves to die. Because black women, they tell us niggas ain't shit all the goddamn time. If a black woman were to get killed by a white man, I'm not going to come on here and say, well, she was fucking with white boys and that's why she's gone now. This is where I think women are crossing the line. A man is dead by the hand of another person, but because of his dating preferences and his and listen, I'll be honest with you. Sometimes the way men vocalize their dating preferences can rub people the wrong way. Hey, guess what? The world is a very cruel place. People are going to say things that are not nice to you. But then to come back and say, well, hey, it's because you said X, Y, and Z. This is the reason why we're not going to get involved with this. What are your thoughts about that?
Oh, no, I totally disagree with that. Listen, me personally, okay, if you date outside your race, that's cool. But okay, imagine why do you have to disgrace the opposite gender? Imagine your mother, your sister. You basically categorizing all the other women in your bloodline, basically. Because every time, mostly black people, and this is the honest truth. This is the honest truth. We degrade our race in America. I'm not saying anybody else. A
Sure.
lot more than any I ever seen. In some cases.
Absolutely.
Okay. Imagine this. Name an Asian or a white man, or in some cases a Hispanic man, or any other race of men except for black that date outside their race, but they disgrace their race. In some cases, you have that here and there.
No. Well, hold on. Hold on,
around.
real quick, Octavius. What define disgrace?
Like say, okay. Oh no, my fault. Let me rephrase that back one more time.
Okay.
Their race of women, and an Asian man saying something disrespectful to an Asian woman, a white man saying disrespectful to a white woman, or a white woman saying disrespectful to a white man, or an Asian woman saying disrespectful to an Asian man or Hispanic.
Okay, this is a very good.
Here and there.
No, I got you. This is a very good question. Let me ask you something, Octavius. Have you traveled? And I'm not trying to be facetious, but I'm trying to give you a little bit of perspective here. How often have you traveled? What countries have you been to?
That's why I basically said America, but I understand what you're saying.
Right.
I only live in America. I'm from Richmond, Virginia.
Okay. All right. Oh, shout out to Virginia. All right.
Yeah. I'm gonna say two more things, and I'm probably out of here.
No. Hold on. No. You can take your time. We've got some time. The reason I asked you is because people who don't travel outside of the country or really outside of their region, people, and it's not just you, it's a lot of people, they assume that their race is the only race that disparages their race. If you go to Hawaii, Polynesians talk shit about each other all the time. Familiarity breeds contempt. I dated a Ukrainian girl in Vegas. She hated Ukrainian guys and Russian guys. They're basically the same type people. Mexicans talk shit about Mexicans all the time. And so I think we have to be very careful about saying that we as black people, we are the only race in the world that disparages our race. Well, it appears that black people, black women in particular, and the black men that support them, they're the ones that seem to have the biggest problem with it. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that if a guy like me comes on and says, hey, listen, I don't date black women because of XYZ, I don't expect them to like that. I don't expect them to say, hey, you know what, that guy's giving his opinion. But by the same token, just because I'm vocalizing my preferences and the reason why I don't date black women, that doesn't make me a bad person. That doesn't mean I'm betraying my bloodline. And just to go back to that as well, I love my mother and I love my sisters. I'm not trying to date my mother or my sisters. Those are, as a man, I can compartmentalize the women I'm trying to date versus the women I am familially tied to, via blood. And listen, my mother and my sisters, they're aware of my content. And you want to know something, Octavius? They don't agree with a lot I say because I'm talking directly about them. That doesn't mean that what I'm saying about them is untrue. People say all the time, well, your mom is black, your sisters are black. That is absolutely true. But as a man, my familial ties does not prohibit me from telling the truth about black women in particular, especially because I've experienced them. What do you say about that?
Okay, that's great. I'm just trying to compare it to what he said in his comments. He basically said something as, when girls are born, they know how to shake their what?
They know how to shake that. Well, hold on, Octavius. Hold on, Octavius. Octavius. Now, that's not a bad thing. When black girls are born, they do know how to shake their ass. When Venezuelan girls are born, they know how to move. Like this. Listen, I'm not being facetious, but that's the culture. If he has a problem with black girls knowing how to shake their ass, fine. That doesn't rise to disrespect because black girls do know how to shake that ass.
Okay, but also with this part, I do not agree with people coming out and saying, just because she want to be a divester or just because he want a white woman, he got what he deserved for her death. No, I don't, hands down, I don't agree with that.
Okay, okay.
And plus, I also want to get into the topic of him being with like the other caller from earlier. He's African.
Mm-hmm,
I'm a first generation African myself.
Oh, okay.
My family came out from South Sudan.
Okay.
South Sudan, and soon I was born in America, but soon like my parents parents land their feet in American borders.
Mm-hmm.
In some cases here and there, there were some stereotypes, there were jokes. We didn't really understand. we thought we was the same as them, and I guess African Americans felt the same way.
Yeah.
If you throw insults to Africans, you're gonna get some insults gonna get thrown back, which I don't agree with. We should all come together, stuff
agree.
like that. But hey, that's sad. But when I want to get into this, the one thing, man, I've seen with Nigerians, man, I don't hate Nigerians, but this is my honest what I see. Man, Nigerians, man, this just shows how Nigerians are the out of African black people are the biggest sellouts I ever seen in this area of Africa.
Really?
I mean, Jesus, Lord have mercy. Yeah, I had to say it. I had to say
Holy
it.
smokes, I didn't realize
Everybody
that.
in the chat who's African, you know what I'm talking about. And shout out to all my Africans. I love all my African people.
Hey, there you go, man.
When we come to America, we succeed. We do great things.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna brag about it. I'm humble about who I am. I love all my African American people because soon when I came, cause my mother she opened her arms to African American men. I live in Richmond, Virginia, Chamberlain Road downtown, the worst of the worst. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm
out
with
of
you.
all spectrum of Virginia, he opened it with open arms, let him in. There's no really hatred that much. That's just a stereotype. Some cases, in some cases, does it happen? Yes, but that's just kind of false narrative. You know, with the Tariq Nasheed and all that. You know, I don't get with that. But
Okay.
Nigerians, man, my Lord have mercy. They quick to like.
Okay. All right.
You get a guy that's like a 60-year-old deranged, crippled woman just to get a green card. Like, really, man? And that's a fact. That's the truth. Trust me, believe me. I tell Nigerians this all the time. They understand what I'm saying.
Listen, Octavius, you articulated your points. You articulated your points very well. You and I don't see eye to eye on all these things, but I think that was a good discussion. Is there anything else you'd like to comment or ask before I let you go?
Oh yeah, one more thing too.
Okay.
Okay, I understand that. She's thank you for having me for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know I was going to talk this.
No, it's all good. Don't worry about it, man. It's all good.
Imagine if okay, I understand she's an OnlyFans model.
Mm-hmm.
She's people are trying to depict her as a crazy lunatic, but you do got to understand this too. Imagine, I'm playing devil's advocate. Imagine if he probably did hit her. I'm never going to excuse a man abusing a woman. You know, let's just say if closed doors and her friends or his friends not in the room, he probably hits her.
Are you saying he
knows?
probably? Are you saying he probably? Wait, are you saying he probably, or you're just giving an example? Because according to all of their friends,
I'm just saying.
well, according to all of their friends, listen, if we're going to do hypotheticals, we have to go with what are likely hypotheticals. Both of their friends said that she put hands on him all the time. They never saw or heard it. Now, the thing is this, if somebody's putting hands on you, you do have the right to defend yourself. But as you could see in that police video, she did not appear to have any defensive wounds or markings. I mean, she hasn't said any. She said, well, he's abusive and this and that and the third. This was after she threatened to throw herself off of the building. So according to her friends and her family and their relatives and their friends, there's no, there was no isuba on his end. And even if there were, let's just say he was putting hands on her. As a woman, you have to do what you have to do to defend yourself. But there's nothing that indicates that that's what happened. She's taking this whole, I defended myself, we were in an abusive relationship, et cetera, but she was the one doing most of the abusing.
Oh yeah, that happens. I remember. I know situations where a woman would just beat on a man.
Sure.
And the boyfriend would just grab her hand so she can stop hitting him.
Well, this is exactly what Toby probably did. And this girl who's been allowed to abscond from the state of Texas from facing DUI charges in Austin, she got into a car accident. She was sued for all kinds of stuff. They ended up settling out of court because her parents paid them off. Listen, like I said, if she were defending herself and it's proved that she was defending herself, then I mean, listen, do what you got to do. I mean, you're a man and she's a woman and you don't have a chance. But all indications are that she was the abuser and not him. And unfortunately for him, she allegedly ended his life. I'll give you the last word, Octavius.
Yeah. Were the friends in the room when she stabbed him?
No, not that I know of.
Okay, so we really don't know hey man, you don't ever judge a book by its cover.
You're
or the
absolutely,
curtains closed,
Octavius.
and
Listen. You're right. No, hold on. You're
I'm
absolutely
saying-
no. Hold on. Just let me stop you before you go on. You're right. Her friends weren't in the room, so her friends don't know we don't know whether or not he put hands on her. Here's what we do know: he is dead, and she killed him. So we don't have any physical evidence of him doing anything to her. We have all the physical evidence we need in terms of her assaulting him. So we have to be very careful about retroactively justifying someone's crime. Because I'll tell you what, when a man kills a woman, nobody is calling into my show. Nobody's saying, well, if it was self-defense. No, if a man ends a woman's life, nobody is asking why he did it. They just assume he's a bad person. No matter what she did, he should not have done it. Yet here we have people saying, well, if he put hands on her and this and that, we're speculating on things that have never, ever, ever been proven. They've never been proven. Is it possible he put hands on her? Absolutely. But based on what we know, it is not likely. Thank you for the call, Octavius. I have to move on. Let us go to Colleen in Michigan. Colleen in Michigan, you're on Live with Donovan. What's on your mind?
Hi, Donovan. Thanks. This whole thing is crazy to me, and the way I see it, it seems to me that the law has been so skewed.
Okay.
I mean, just in the past few years, it's ramped up, and it seems like depending on who took your life, it depends on if it's going to be newsworthy or if you're going to have those certain, prosecutors come to your aid and have it all over the news. And they're almost number one. This is an American man that is dead.
Yeah.
By an American woman. And if he did put hands on her, were there any police reports? Did she ever go to the police? Did she ever make a report? No, she did not. She did not. And it seems it's almost, okay, when you're talking, melanated people will say, oh, not all, but there's been the ones that we see in the news that they make it newsworthy that say, oh, white privilege and all of this. Where are all the people, these melanated people screaming, look at this, where's, look at, she's got white privilege. She's getting away with this. No, they're not saying a word. And I am just, my mind is blown by this.
Yeah.
But if it happened to be a police officer that would have taken his life before the camera footage is even out, whether they know if he's guilty or not, they're going to say, oh, look, here we go. Here's another, a white cop that took this, but they're not caring about her. I'm confused. I'm pissed about this.
Let me ask you.
The law has.
Let me ask you this, Colleen. Are you black or white?
No, I'm white.
Okay.
I'm white.
So let me listen. I agree with you. If I were in your position, I would be confused as well. I don't know how much of this you've listened to, but I can tell you unequivocally, just based on what I've seen, what I've experienced, the empirical data, with the anecdotes, the reason why the black community is not up in arms about this dude being killed by a white woman is because he was dating her at the time. I don't know if you remember this, Colleen. Do you remember, and I forget which state this was in, but a white police officer, she was a white female, she killed a black man. And everybody lost their minds. I think she was a blonde white girl and he was a black guy. Well, we lost our minds because she was in law enforcement. Well, the reason why this isn't getting as much press as the police officer is just what you said. That's law enforcement. But the main reason is because he was sexually involved with a non-black woman. Listen, I'm telling you this, Colleen, right now. This is the way the black community picks and chooses who it defends. If you as a black man, and they'll give women a free pass for anything. It doesn't matter who they date, who they sleep with. No, a black woman can date any race of man she wants. If any harm were to befall her, then they're going to cape up for her. Black men who date outside their race like I do, we don't get the same treatment. Now, me personally, I don't give a shit. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. Like if Devin ends up offing me and black women say, "Oh, he got what he deserved," I don't care. I'll be 6 feet under, even if it were to happen to somebody that I knew. I've just never cared about that stuff. But the reason why, Colleen, the black community is not up in arms about this is because Toby was sexually involved with a non-black woman. And dude, and I'm gonna tell you what, the vitriol is especially high when she's a non-black woman who is white, is blonde, and is attractive. Holy moly. If a black man gets with a white woman who is attractive and she has blonde hair and she looks good, oh dude, they lose their flipping minds, man. They really do. So that's the reason. I'll give you the last word. Colleen? Oh, Colleen. Oh, never mind. Okay, I guess we lost Colleen. Damn, that was a good call. Let's go to Dominic in the Bay Area. Dominic in the Bay Area, you're on Live at Donovan. What's on your mind, buddy?
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about basically the situation at hand. I just think from someone like me who's like, I'm 21,
okay,
so I'm pretty young, and I'm honestly happy I found your content right now.
Oh my God, yeah, congratulations,
man. So
man.
shout out
to
you, for real.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, for real. Straight out of high school, I found it. So I wish I found it earlier, but I'm glad I found it now.
Dude, trust me, you're doing good, man.
Yeah, man. You know, you're helping me, fresh and fit. Everyone paved the way for me. You know,
good.
See all these 304s out here, but I just wanted to bring to the topic too the fact that I'm half black, half Mexican, and I mainly, I guess you could say, side with black people on this because of who I was raised by. And
okay.
I'm thinking just in general, this is so messed up on the fact that, like, if you switch the roles, if a black man killed, or like if he killed her, he's going to be chastised by society no matter what.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he'd be in jail right now. There would be no pending. No. If she died by his hand and he claimed self-defense, they wouldn't be. Dude, he would be in jail. He would not be out and about.
No, exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I've even in high school, I've dealt with people who I have friends even that have had false EPAR accusations in high school, and that's what, to me, I'm just like,
what?
Even then, I'm thinking to myself, like, well, why don't you? I swear, man, and
oh
it's crazy.
My
like,
God, I
these
cannot
girls
believe
in my
that.
the girls in my generation, bro, are wilding. I'm telling you, they're on a whole another level, and that's where I'm like, when I watch your guys' stuff, I'm like, dude. Like, it's one thing to hear it, it's another thing to actually live it in real life and see it. And that's
so high school girls are falsely accusing dudes of EPAR in high school? Oh my God, dude.
Bro, and I won't even cap with you either, bro. They were like on some Tinder swindler shit. Like, sorry to cuss, I don't know if I can, but
no, go ahead, you're good.
On some Tinder swindler stuff, they were posting them on Twitter, everything. That's where I first saw it. All these girls are posting, even people I personally know that. I swear. And the thing is, I even thought at a young age, I'm like, yo, why aren't you guys like reporting this, doing this, whatever? And
right.
Because, you know, it probably didn't happen and you didn't want to sleep. Like, you were like regretted sleeping with him because you were drunk or something. You know what I'm saying?
That's one of the first things. That's one of the first things, Dominic, and I'll let you continue, but that's one of the first indications that an accusation is false is they don't go to the police. So you mean to tell me if a girl if a girl has someone accuses someone of EPAR, she can tell all these strangers, she can tell everyone, but she can't tell the actual organization that could do something about it. That's when you that's when you really start to call into question. Please continue.
No, yeah, exactly. That's always how I felt about it, and that's why, like, when you guys say it, I just completely agree. But to get back on the topic at hand, I also wanted to bring up the fact that I believe I heard Myron say it on Fresh and Fit once, but the fact that women, and I've experienced this from I'm 21 and I've been locked up for like the tiniest bit amount, like 3 months. And
wow.
I've known people personally who have been locked up as well.
Okay.
And with that being said, I think it's crazy that I believe, I'm not sure on the exact numbers, but Myron said something about women for the same type of crimes as men take about 60% less of incarceration time.
Yep. That's exactly
and
right.
To me, that alone just shows right here that, like, if she's willing to even have the opportunity to run away scot-free, that just shows like 60%, or even more at this point. Because if, like, put me, and I'm mixed, if you put me in her position and I killed my white girlfriend, bro, even me, and I look like a lighter skin, like, I'm going to be chastised. Like, that's crazy. But yet she gets a chance.
And listen, I'll tell you this too, Dominic. White girls, pretty white girls in this country, they know they could literally get away with murder. And we've never, Casey Anthony was as guilty as homemade sin, and she walked. Listen, if Casey Anthony, all of the evidence was against her. If Casey Anthony got off, I don't think this chick is going to spend 1 minute in jail. I'll give you the last word.
And that's the problem, right, Donovan?
Yep.
Like, whether you talk about intersexual dynamics, men and women in relationships, or even with the law, it's almost like society just caters to women, and like we don't even sit here and complain about it. I'm 21.
No.
I'm not complaining about it. I work around it.
Right.
But it's almost like where's the intermediate line where like, especially nowadays where girls like to say that they're equal to men or whatever. Okay, then take equal time in prison.
Yes.
Take equal punishment. Take equal accountability.
This is why women are not physically afraid of men. This is why women assault men in broad daylight, because they know, number one, they will not be prosecuted for it, and number two, they're not going to face retaliation. Dominic, thanks for the call, man. I appreciate you giving us your thoughts.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me on, Donovan.
Absolutely.
Always a pleasure. Long-time viewer, first-time caller, man. Love your show.
Thank you very much, man. Love it when the young guys call in, man. Love it when the young guys call in. That means I'm really making a difference. Let's go to Colonel Sanders in Tampa. Colonel Sanders, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, Don? How you doing, buddy?
Doing good, man. How about you?
I'm great, bro. Great. Got a new job, making good money.
Good. Congrats.
From the fat girls.
Yeah, I was gonna say, your homeboy's fat girlfriend was trying to hit on you. Thank God you never tapped that.
Facts, and she's still hitting me up to this day.
Oh my God, dude, block her number. What's on your mind, man?
Hey, buddy. Dude, so, man, this whole thing made me realize how crazy society has gone when it comes to taking a woman at her word.
Yeah.
And blindly defending her, right? This case sets a new precedence. If she gets away with this this fake insanity call, whatever it is,
it's open season. It's open season, man.
No problem killing men in private circles.
You know what I'm saying? Dude, it's open season. It's open season. Remember, dude, just remember all of the false EPAR accusations. All of a sudden, we had a few come to light. Oh, the Brian Banks situation. Nothing happened to her. The Jackie Coakley situation. Emma Sulkowicz. This is why false EPAR accusations continue to happen, because there is no punishment. Well, guess what? If women are allowed to end the lives of men without repercussion, then it's open season on all of us. Dude, especially black men.
Oh, dude, that's what I'm worried about. Honestly, man.
Jesus.
It doesn't matter what color the woman is nowadays. It's just like, if she wants to kill you, she can kill you.
I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Dude, it's scary. It's really scary. But on top of that, dude, right? This high value guy. You never notice that it's never the bum niggas that they complain about. It's always the best looking or the tallest or the ones who are making most money that they complain about.
Yep.
Like,
that's right.
I got shamed. I told my parents, right? My mom is Dominican. My dad's black.
Okay.
Right? I told my parents in the car that, I don't really like dating black women. I don't like how, aggravating they are, how masculine they are in general and stuff like that. And dude, they shamed the hell out of me for 20 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Jesus.
Bringing up all the same guilt. Oh, your aunts are black or whatever the hell they're talking about, bro.
Yeah. Like that has anything to do with it.
Exactly, bro. And I think what this case is going to show, if it even gets shown in public, that is, right, because the media's probably going to censor it or they're not going to cover whatever it is because it's not sexy, right? I think what it's going to show is that men aren't really cared about anymore at all.
That's right.
That's what
yes.
it is. Men don't matter. Men don't matter. And on top of that, dude, I think that any woman who decides to commit a violent crime against a man, whether in public or not, will simply claim temporary insanity.
That's right.
And because the courts always favor women, right? The courts always favor women. Women serve far less time for the same exact offenses as men.
That's right.
Right? It's just going to say, like, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Like, it is what it is. And I got to say, for all my brothers out there, man, whatever color you are, make sure you can tape everything, dude. Tape
Yeah,
everything.
dude, yes.
Right? Have
Jesus.
cameras in your house. Have cameras in your house. Have a big sign outdoors saying, hey, you are being, by walking into my domicile, you are
there you go.
okay with being taped.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Yeah, that's all I got to say, man. This is a travesty. And I guarantee you, bro, like the womanists are gonna be like, oh, he deserved to die because he's dating a white woman instead of a black woman, kind of thing. And dude, it's ridiculous.
Colonel Sanders the 16th. Thanks for calling in, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Later.
Yeah, we as black men, we're the only race of men who's we're the only race of men, as far as I know, in America, who not only do we get severely shamed by black women for dating outside our race, when something happens to us at the hands of some one man or woman outside of our race, they rejoice. You guys remember when Kobe Bryant died? You remember that? Dude, black women outwardly rejoiced Kobe Bryant's death. Why? Because Kobe Bryant was married to a non-black woman. Guys, it's that critical. This is how hurt they are that guys like me want nothing to do with them. And again, 94% of black men in America are in relationships or marriages with black women. The top 6% are not, and that's what they're tripping about. CH with the $5 super chat says, black women aren't my type either. Most of them are basically invisible to me. Yeah, I feel the same way. Amazed, $2 says, appreciate your objectivity, Donovan. Caller is biased. Yeah, listen, man, shout out to Octavius in down there in Virginia. Listen, man, Octavius had some strong opinions. I don't necessarily agree with his opinions, but listen, man, he articulated himself respectfully. We had a good discourse. I'm good with that. C-Dub with the $5 super chat. Let me make sure there's not anything else. Says reduced sentences for women who commit the same crimes as men incentivizes more false accusations and encourage more egregious female criminal behavior. Dude, 100%. It's cause and effect. If you don't prosecute women for falsely accusing men of EPAR, that's what you're going to have. Space Hero, $2 says, great show, man. Appreciate that. King Life, $2 says, might start the gender war if unpunished. I'm going to tell you what, man. This could be a watershed moment in America, but I don't think it will be. I really, really don't. Let's go to Black. I love this. Let's go to Black Sand in Sacramento. Black Sand, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
Hey, how's it going, Donovan?
Doing good, man.
I wanted to talk about two topics.
Okay.
But I was so I was so aghast by your last caller, not your last caller, but a previous caller that did so much simping that my stomach is hurt, and I don't know if I can continue, but I will try. What this case illustrates, Donovan, right, in so many words, is that the black community is a matriarchy.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
The question you asked is, why is the community not outraged by this man? And it's because black women are not outraged.
That's right.
They are celebrating this man's death.
Yep.
And not only because he was dating a white woman, because he was a rich black dude dating a white woman. That's even more egregious.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, do they?
Now, no. We saw from this gentleman's tweets that he was obviously not doing well with the sisters in high school.
Right.
So it's obviously they didn't want him in.
No.
But just because I don't want you, you better not take your ass over there with Becky. What you do, dumb black man, is you sit there and you wait until I'm 45 with 3 kids, hella fat, and been divorced and ran through by Pookie, Ray, Chad, and Tyrone.
I'm trying to tell you.
That's what you do, black man, especially if you get some money. How dare you go somewhere else if I don't want you? And what's going on is we're witnessing a collective breakdown and collapse on a macro level of the black female.
Right.
They see what's going on. SYSDM is a real thing. It is taking off, especially in the younger generation. You go to a high school right now.
Really?
You see all the black youngsters. I work with young men. I'm telling you, 9 out of 10 won't even look at a black woman.
What?
And this is in high school.
Wow. I didn't know that. I did not know.
They didn't get this from TV. They didn't get it from rap music. They got it from experience with their mothers, from their sisters, from experience
Wow.
Going after black women and being nuclear rejected in the middle of the cafeteria. And then they say, well, fuck this shit. Becky ain't going to do me like that.
Wow.
But now black women are mad.
Yeah, right.
Now they want to burn it down.
I agree with you, Black Saiyan, because you're right. And listen, I went through the same thing. Black girls didn't want me in high school, but now that I'm 44 and successful, I don't want them, but then they want to talk shit about, well, hold on. Like, listen, if you didn't want me in high school, like, I'm not mad at you. I'm not complaining about that. But by the same token, if I talk about my experiences with you and why I prefer to date women who are not like you, you can't. I mean, listen, they can say whatever they want, but you shouldn't have a problem with that. You didn't have a problem rejecting me earlier when I was in high school. So what's the problem now?
Exactly.
There you go.
And this divestment movement they got going on is a sham.
Of course
if
it
y'all
is.
Would divest, y'all would go ahead and divest.
Right.
Well, what they fail to talk about is they act like white dudes are sitting around in a corner waiting on them.
Right.
You got to go compete with white bitches.
That's right. That's exactly right. The whole divestment and swirling movement is 100% BS. Oh, go ahead. You said this is a scare tactic? Yeah, go ahead.
It's a scare tactic. Like when a little kid tells their parents, "I'm going to run away. You punished me. You took my Xbox. You took my PlayStation. I'm going to run away."
Right.
You're not going nowhere.
Hell no.
Because you ain't got nowhere to go.
Hell no.
You 5. You don't got nowhere to live. That's what's going. I just laugh because I unfortunately I have to admit I tried to strive it out with black women.
Yeah, man.
10 years longer than I should have.
Oh boy.
But I finally went and got me a spicy Latina.
There you go.
5'0", 120 pounds from
Yes, sir.
Guatemala.
Yes, sir.
And I've been straight.
There
I
you
have
go.
No issues.
Living good.
All right. Living very good. That's all I had to say on this topic, Donovan, but I will call again.
Black Saiyan, thank you very much for calling in for your thoughts, man. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Donovan.
Absolutely. I think I'm going to nickname him Black Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan. Let's go to Delhi in New York. Delhi in New York, you're on Live with Donovan. What's on your mind?
Donovan.
Hey, what's up, man?
You hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
Hey, good to talk to you, man.
You too, man.
Congratulations on the show. I'm a big fan. You're really helping out a lot of people, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I love hearing that.
Hey, check it. Do you remember there was a lady that went into the bathroom and shot her boyfriend in the bathroom?
No, I don't remember that.
Do you remember that?
Mm-mm.
I forgot. Not Casey Anthony, but there was another one. She murdered her boyfriend in the bathroom. They put her on TV. I could swear to God the news was trying to help her out, too.
Wow.
And she was clearly guilty.
What?
She was clearly guilty.
And this is happening right now?
Yeah, man. No, I think it was like 4 or 5 years ago. It was after Katie Anthony. There was another girl that ran up in the bathroom and shot her boyfriend in the bathroom.
And she got away with it.
They tried getting her off on insanity.
Oh, my God. This is
insane, they put it on
man.
the news. They did news stories. They were. I was wondering, why is this such a big deal? I mean, I could swear to God they're trying to get this lady off.
Man, I'm trying to tell you.
She was pretty, too. No, she was hot, too, man.
Geeky Anomaly says the NFL player. I don't remember that. Man, I wish I could remember. But to answer your question, Deli, the reason why, and this is something that a caller, I think it might have been Colonel Sanders the 16th. Listen, man, the world doesn't care about, at least the United States. The Western world does not care about men. As far as the Western world is concerned, we as men, we are disposable. See, the Western world, Deli, operates through the prism of absolute biology, which is eggs are expensive, sperm is cheap. We biologically, we as men, we are more expendable because we can reproduce until the day we die. But when it comes to things outside of reproduction, this is when men excel. We build things, we invent things, we run the whole system. Was her name Jodi Arias?
Yes.
That's it. Okay, yeah, they're telling me in the chat. Yeah, Jodi Arias. That happened in Arizona, if I'm not mistaken, and it was over like a
I mean, it was an open. My friend, it was an open and shut case.
Yeah.
They were putting it on the news.
Yeah.
I swear to God, they're trying to help this lady.
Unbelievable, man.
But I got another serious concern, my friend.
Okay, what you got?
You know, these single mothers, man.
Oh boy.
You know, it all started in the 90s.
Yes, sir.
You know?
Uh-huh.
I felt like it started in 1995. You know, from I believe from my lifetime experience, that 1982 to 1995 was a bad period for men. There was drugs in the community. The pimps. I noticed pimps weren't dressing normal because I grew up in the Bronx. I noticed they were dressing like bums. Women were getting beat up. Men were philandering.
Wow.
And then there was a crime bill in 94, 95. After that, women started working at the airport. They started showing up to work. They started showing up everywhere, at the post office. They were trying to get a piece of the American pie, you know?
Yeah.
And ever since then, man, I've been a landlord. Every domestic dispute, the woman is beating up the man.
Are you kidding
me? I swear to God, I can show you every phone call, everything in my apartment building.
This is unbelievable.
It's absolute opposite.
Unbelievable. And the world would have us believe, Deli, that it's literally the opposite.
And the crazy part is...
Unreal, man.
You know, if you have all these single mothers, man, I'm telling you, I feel it in my bones, man. I see it in the generations, you know? That these guys, it's patriarchal. It's in the subconscious.
Yeah.
And it's not only them, but it's women too. They chasing a daddy. They chasing a father figure. That's why Donald Trump is so. I feel like that's why he's so popular.
Yeah.
They really look. I mean, if women don't understand, if these kids don't have a father figure in their life, they're gonna chase one.
That's right. That's
they're
right.
Gonna make one.
For better or worse, right?
And they're gonna knock down the whole. They're going to take down the whole system. Do you understand?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Because of your stupid, selfish behavior.
We're
all going to go down because of you dumb women.
Let me ask you something, Deli. Of these domestic violence cases in your building, how many of these women are actually arrested? Do they actually arrest these women, or do they just let them off?
Not one. Listen,
Unbelievable.
Not one. And let me tell you, my heart goes out to the African-American community, because I know these women are setting these men up to get killed. I swear to God, I saw a woman punch herself in the face and blame the black guy, and they arrested the black guy.
Yep. They will do that. They will beat themselves up, give themselves bruises, etc.
I saw it with my own eyes.
Unbelievable, man. Deli, I appreciate the call, man. Very spirited observation from Deli in New York. Let's go to Westmoreland in Texas. Westmoreland in Texas. You're on live at Donovan. What's on your mind?
Yo, Donovan, can you hear me?
I can hear you, man.
Okay, good, man. I'm just in here working out, man. Just first and foremost, congratulations and keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Previous caller said, man, you help some people out here, you know.
Good.
Really, the whole manosphere is helping out, you know, young black men.
Good.
I know it's a lot of little funny stuff going on in the manosphere, but you pick and choose who you want to listen to, you'll get great information. You
I
get what I'm
agree.
saying?
Absolutely. 100%, man.
I just wanted to talk about the situation with the Toby situation, right? The one he got stabbed.
Oh, yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
I got a wife. I got a baby. I got a wife. She's a good girl, man. Good black woman. You know, real good black woman. I can't lie.
Good.
She ain't these other ones. She the 10%. You get what I'm saying?
I got you.
So, but anyway, we had a conversation about, you know, what happened, and then I was just on some, and it's crazy because I say this. It's crazy because just like I told her, I said, man, baby girl, if the reason why that white girl is not basically locked up or anything like that is because y'all haven't put any pressure on the media. You get what I'm saying? I said, you gotta think about it right now. As far as the media and things like that, I said, baby girl, black women run the media right now.
Oh,
I said, think about it. Y'all just got the Justice Supreme Court.
That's right.
As a black woman, right? You know what I'm saying? So if y'all want change, y'all really can have change, but y'all so into y'all ego and about some tweet 10 years ago when he was 16. Like, come on, people.
Yeah, stupid. Yeah, he's a kid.
2012 was a way different world than what it is right now. 2012 was still a little, you know, it still was good in 2012. I feel like it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
Now this is a whole different generation, something just new, you know. But I was telling my baby girl, if y'all be behind him like y'all did George Floyd, When George Floyd had that little knee on, had that knee on his neck.
Yeah.
Y'all got behind George Floyd, and that's why stuff happened, moved like it moved. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
I said, you got to think about it, baby girl. Black men, we out here working.
Yep.
We doing 13, 14-hour shifts, 12-hour shifts. We ain't got time to be marching and doing things like that. We got families.
We got bills to pay.
Pick up because some stuff was missing. Come on now, we got stuff we got to build.
You feel me?
We ain't got time to do that. We work and do what we do so y'all can go out there and protest and do what you gonna do, but do it for the right cause.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But with most women, when they have a strong man beside them or in front of them, and they come to you about problems, and you come to them with the solution or the logic on that problem, they'll sit on it, and they'll come back and be like, yeah, you was right, baby. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They just be in their emotions. They don't really be understanding. They just be, they just be in their emotions. And like they say, we do have a hyena type of community right now.
Yes.
All the women are leaving.
Yeah, that's right.
And just like I told my mama, just like I told my mimo, just like I tell any woman, the reason why we in the state that we in right now as a black community is they took out the father.
There it is.
Period, point blank. It is now. It's not no 2 + 2 carry the 4 times 6. No, it's none of that. It's simple.
That's
Put
right.
The man in the house, the woman get under control. You control them kids. Don't control that man because God controlling that man, and you're not powerful than God, so He don't need to answer to you anyway. You get what I'm saying? You control the kids, and that's how we build our families.
There you go.
Families build communities. Communities build nations. If we don't have that man in the household, just like they say, a kid gonna go find a man.
That's right.
Period.
That's right.
And that's what we see. The young men want all the women to be their mama, because ain't no man teaching them how to. You know what I'm saying? It's too much. We have documentation on what happens to a generation when the man is removed.
That's right.
From the household.
Fathers keep and thanks for the call, Westmoreland. Fathers keep sons out of jail and girls off stripper poles. I mean, this is a concept as old as time itself. King Lai actually read that already. Mike Nugozones, member for 14 months, says, was he murdered in his sleep in cold blood? No, he was not. Apparently, it was self-defense. Technomage B5, $10. How soon before men start reacting like, oh, you're calling the police? Then strangles her. Don't do that. Be like Donovan that one day. Break out the phone and record the evidence. Yes. Go back to the video that I did, how I almost got locked up for domestic Duracell. Very good super chat there by Technomage B5. Let's go to Hassan in New York. Hassan in New York, what's going on, man?
Yeah, man. I just been hearing some of the callers, the couple callers prior talking about, well, we don't know. It's kind of funny how you can leap to that conclusion.
Yeah.
It would have been a white woman. He'd have been like, that nigga need to go to jail.
There you go.
And we need to cut that nonsense out, number one.
Yep.
Number two, I agree with you. You got to start enforcing. You got to film. I'm glad the last caller got him a good black woman. Good for him. I hope she stays good and stays away from a single friend.
Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, I'm just reeling out how this girl's not in jail. I should be used to it. I might be mad. I'm kind of used to it, and that's not right.
No, it's not, man. I can't believe, Hassan, I cannot believe this woman is not in jail. I can't believe it, man.
You know what I'm saying? You gonna let her go, and then she up there over here abusing me, you get to cry, and that's it? That's all it takes?
Ay. That's it, man. It's because, listen.
I didn't mean to kill Donovan, but I'm going through a lot. What? I'm going to jail.
Yeah, there you go. And don't nobody want to hear that when somebody is dead. Oh, I guess Hassan dropped off. Okay, let us go to Monty in Georgia. Monty in Georgia, you're on live with Donovan. Hassan, call back if you're still out there. Monty, what you got?
Yes. Good afternoon. How are you?
Doing good. You?
I'm wonderful. This is my first time calling into your show, and so I'm going to give a different perspective here.
Okay.
So if I'm correct in hearing your broadcast here, you are wanting black women to get out and march for someone that has showed or have shown that they despise them, that they have berated them, they have say salacious things about them. Is that what I'm hearing you say?
No, I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm asking is,
what are you saying?
Well, what I'm asking is why black women are not outraged. I'm not saying that black women need to go
Why should they be? Why should they be? Why should they be?
Well, because a black man was killed by a white woman.
And he also said some disparaging, very disparaging and negative things about black women.
Okay, and so no, hold on. Listen, I'll let you finish. But okay, so he said some disparaging things.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so he said some disparaging things about black women. That doesn't mean he deserves to die.
Okay, no one has said that. But what black women are saying is they're no longer going to be the footstool of black men that are filled with self-hatred, that despise them and loathe them when you come from the womb of a black woman. What this simply says is that get the community that you uphold, that you admire, that you give all the praise. You get that community to rally behind you now, because remember, when you disconnect yourself from the womb that you came from, those women that paved the way for you, when you disconnect yourself from that, brother, it's no more coming back from that.
What do you mean?
That's
no coming back.
Ungodly.
Well, hold on. Whoa, wait a minute, Monty. So you're telling me that because both of my parents are black, I just want to make sure I'm understanding you correctly. So you're telling me, and this is good. I mean, I can respect your opinion. It's all good. So you're telling me that because I came from the womb of a black woman, that because I date non-black women, that is ungodly.
I say it's ungodly for what he did as far as berating, low rating, and disparaging black women and the negative, despicable things that he said. And now you all think that black women should come out and rally behind him?
Oh no. Well, hold on. Let's get one thing straight. I don't want anything from black women. Black women do not have to do anything they don't want to do. If they don't want to come out here and rally behind men who loathe them and hate them, then, dude, I mean, I would be an idiot. To expect black women to show up to my funeral. Black women the only black women showing up to my funeral, Monty, are my mothers, my sisters, and any other living female relatives I have. My question was simply, why is it that the black community at large is not outraged? And so you're telling me the reason why the black community isn't outraged is because a man whose life was taken by a white woman said disparaging things about black women, and that's why they're not coming to his aid, I suppose.
That's right. That's why I'm not shedding a tear about it. I could care less because of the fact that when you pick a side from when you disparage the womb or the people that you come from.
I'm not disparaging the womb. No. Hold on, Monty. I don't disparage. Well, hold on. I don't disparage the womb when I talk about the fact that I don't date black women. The womb has nothing to do with my preference as a man. The reason why I date non-black women is because, number one, I've had bad experiences with black women in my youth, and number two, my mother was the worst example of what a feminine black woman should be. I'm not some sort of psychological savant that can just overcome all of that. I happen to love myself very much. If anything, I think that black women are really more. The behavior of black women is more indicative of self-hate because it's black women who get the color contact lenses. It's black women who get the blonde hair. It's black women who get the skin lightening products. There is nothing about me that I have ever had to change to attract the women that I want to attract. So as far as the self-hate is concerned, I think that's a straw man argument.
Okay, I agree with you. I don't support black women wearing all of that stuff you just said. I don't support that either. Okay. I definitely agree with you wholeheartedly, but I do think it's a form of self-hate. But what I will say is, when you just made the statement about the black women, I think you was kind of indicating that black women, you were saying, I think I'm losing my train of thought about what you said.
Okay.
I can't repeat what you exactly said.
That's okay.
But what I do want to say is that, remember, when the rappers started calling black women all kinds of names back in the 80s and 90s, with the music and still today. So what do you expect for her image to be like when you do not uplift her when you do not uplift her in positive things or positive way in the community, in the world, and her image is a bitch and a hoe? What do you expect that people internalize those things and they begin to act those things out? But what I will say
hold on, let me answer your question. Hold on, let me
get this out right.
Let me answer your question, and then you can get that out. Black women have been saying niggas ain't shit forever. They have. That's just all there is to it. So as a black and as a black man who, and again, black women, this is not all black women, but black women talk just as much trash about black men as we do them. Now, I'll be the first to tell you, if this were, let's say if it were a white man that killed a black woman, I think I would still be feeling some type of way, but I agree with you. I would not be out there. I'm not going to be out there protesting and because I've never protested for anything, but black women are responsible for their image, caller. That has nothing to do, if black women want to break the stereotypes that are perpetuated about them on TV and rap videos, well, there's just one thing to do. They need to live differently. The reason why they're portrayed in such a way in television and video and music videos is because art imitates life. Black women have only themselves to blame for the state that they're in. Now you can go ahead and finish.
Okay, first of all, none of the women that you see on TV are women that I associate myself with. So I'm not quite sure what black women you see, but the women in my family and the women that I deal with on a daily basis, none of them act the way that you see that the people are act on television.
Well, congratulations.
I
got you, caller. And congratulate. Listen, and shout out to you, because I come from a family that doesn't act like they do on TV. So congratulations to you and me. We are the statistical anomaly. But hold on, we're the statistical anomaly. But caller, stereotypes exist for a reason. People didn't just decide, we're gonna make up this caricature of black women. No, black women are accurately portrayed on television and movies because this is the way they act in real life. You ever seen the movie Why Did I Get Married?
Yes, I did.
Yes, and would you say that is accurate? That is an accurate depiction of the typical black woman's behavior?
No.
Okay, well then I think you need to get out more.
No. I'm in my 60s, and trust me, I have been around women all my life.
Okay.
And none of the women that I have seen have acted like that. But what I do want to pick it back on is this thing about you swirlers. You swirlers have a tendency to think that if you down black women, somehow that's uplifting a white woman. A lot of white women are catching on to this thing about what you all are doing. You all are trying to denigrate black women just to uplift a white woman up or a Latino woman up. But at the end of the day, let me tell you, those men in those communities do not like the fact that you all are dating their women.
And guess what, caller? And when you want to know something, Monty? You want to know something, Monty? I don't give a fuck if those men in their community like that I'm fucking their women. I can exactly, and neither should you. And here's something else that I will tell you, because it sounds like there's some, and I believe that you don't know any women who act like women today. You're in your 60s. Black women who are your age don't act like women today. So you are defending a generation of women that you have nothing to do with. You said it yourself. All those black women I have nothing to do with. And I believe that you came from a family of respectable black women, but you're going to have to understand that we're talking about two different generations here.
I see young black girls every day working, every day in stores working, saying, yes, sir, thank you, ma'am, thank you, sir. So they're the typical black woman that I have met all my life. Now, I just mentioned to you, am I proud of the image that I see? I do not look at Atlanta Housewives. I do not look at Love and Hip Hop. I do not look at anything that Tyler Perry makes. I think it's all garbage.
Yeah, so do I.
So what I'm saying is there are a lot of us that are not proud in what we see in black women. And I have said this on a lot of platforms, and I have said the same thing you said, that black women definitely need to take their image back. But at the same time, when you have people in high places offering people money in order to turn against their community, to make their women look like a certain thing, what do you think they're going to do? And I feel like, to me, that it's treasonous on a lot of these people that do that take the bag and represent their communities in such a negative light. So you don't get no argument with me about that, because I refuse to. I say like this, eagles do not fly with buzzards. I consider myself an eagle, and there's no way I would never fly with a buzzard. And I think you know what that means. So my thing is, let's stop this thing about trying to bash all black women when we know that they are the cradle of the black society and the black community. Back in the day when
Monty, do respect,
Monty,
do respect, Monty. This is not back in the day. Listen, black women were to be, the black women of yesteryear, that is the black woman that needs to exist now, okay? The black woman that you're talking about, I don't know if you know this, Monty, they don't exist anymore. And I understand where you're coming from because you know respectable black women. But then you said something about you swirlers, you're denigrating black women to uplift white women. I don't need to denigrate black women. They do. Hold on, real quick. Let me finish. I don't need to denigrate black women because they do a more than adequate job all by themselves. Number one. Number two, I don't need to exalt white women. Number one, because of course, they make better partners than black women for me. I don't have to uplift. I don't have to. I don't. Hold on. I don't have to. Hold on. Hold on. Just real quick. I don't have to denigrate. Okay. I don't have to denigrate black women. They do a more than adequate job all by themselves. I simply talk about it. I talk about why I don't date black women. If that makes me a bad guy in your eye, then I guess that makes me a bad guy. But it is what it is.
Listen. Black women ain't pressed about you not dating them. What they want you to do is leave them alone. Keep their name out of your mouth.
Well, guess what? Well, guess what, Monty? This is a free country, and I can talk about whatever and whoever I want to. What say you to that?
But
what?
And that's the part that black women are saying.
Well,
leave us alone. If you who you want, leave us alone.
What do you mean, leave them alone? I can talk about whatever I want to talk about. So what about the women? So what about the black women who also say niggas ain't shit? I'm not telling them not to say niggas ain't shit. If they think niggas ain't shit, then niggas ain't shit. It is what it is.
I'm just saying, if you got what you want as a partner and you're satisfied and happy, then leave them alone. Leave them to their own devices.
No, Monty, I'm not going to leave. No, Monty, I'm not going to leave them alone. You want to know why I'm not going to leave them alone? Is because, no, hold on, Monty. Now I need you to let me finish. The reason why I'm not going to, quote, leave them alone is because guys like me, we got to warn other brothers like myself. Okay, I gotta let them know, hey, check this out. There are some good black women out there, but the odds are not in your favor, fam. There are so many black men, Monty, probably like yourself, who probably don't believe they can date outside their race. This is why black men get caught up in the trap. Then a guy like me comes along and says, hey, guys, I have dated non-black women successfully, I might add, and black men are like, oh, and you know what, Monty? Some black men agree with me and some don't. Some may say, you know what? White girls aren't really my cup of tea, but I appreciate the honesty. I appreciate the knowledge. But I'm not going to not stop talking about black women just because you asked me to. No, I can talk about whatever the hell I want to talk about, and there's nothing you or anyone can do about it.
And they're not going to stop talking about no good for nothing, trashy black men. And they're not going to stop doing that.
Okay, and I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that.
And they're not going to continue. And they're not going to continue to protest and rally behind black men.
We don't need them to. Monty, we don't listen. Monty. I don't know if you've realized this, okay? But the best and brightest black men don't need black women anymore. We don't, and you can't stand it, and it's okay that you can't stand it. But
what you're stand it.
Clearly, you don't.
Whoa! Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me tell you one thing. It's not that I can't stand it. I'm happy because you know what? Like I said, eagles don't fly with buzzards. And so a lot of black women are on their own game. They're doing their own thing, and they do not. If you want to swirl and you do that, all they're saying is keep their name out of your mouth.
No.
That's the only thing.
No, I'm not. No. I'm not listen, check this out, Monty. I'm not keeping anybody's name out of anybody's mouth. I can talk about Monty. Monty. Now I'm going to mute you because now you're acting like a female. We can have an honest discourse, but I don't want you to talk through me, okay? We can have a conversation, but don't talk over me, all right? You can tell me to keep their name. Hold on. Monty, you can tell me to keep their names out of my mouth, and I'm telling you, fuck no. I can talk about who I want, however I want, and I'll be the one to deal with those consequences. But, dude, my own mother doesn't tell me what I can talk about, and I'm damn sure not going to let you do the same thing. I'll give you the last word.
Okay, here's what I'm saying. I don't understand how you as a black man can sit here and have so much love for a race of people that have done nothing but killed your people, castrated people like you, hung you up on crosses, hung you up on trees, but you love that community, but you hate the community of the people that paved the way for you. You all are some sick people. I tell you the truth. You all black men are some sick things. I tell you, it's no wonder we black people have not excelled.
Monty, hold on, Monty. You said that I hate the black community, but I love the white community. What the fuck are you on?
The black community.
Oh
Any
my
of
God.
you swirlers, all of you swirlers hate the black community.
All right, okay, all right, Monty. How old are you, Monty? Just for shits and giggles. How old are you?
You don't want to face the truth. That's what it is.
Yeah, that you got me, Monty. How old are you, Monty?
You don't want to face the truth. That's what it is. But I'm gonna tell you just like it is, brother. Listen to me. Like I said, I'm in my 60s, and I see what's going on.
I'm sure you do.
And look at the commercials. All they doing. This is propaganda.
Oh man! Hey!
Go ahead.
Excuse me.
I'm letting you talk.
Commercials. This is the game. What they're doing, they don't want no black families. But see, I want black people to be strong enough to rise above that because I peep the game. I know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And see, a lot of black men are terrorizing their community. Why you ain't talking about that? A lot of black men are killing their own children. Why you ain't talking about that? A lot of black men are low-rating their own families. They drop babies every which way. They ain't doing it. Why you ain't talking about that? But you got the media praising black men, hooking black men with white women, and you know for yourself black men ain't building nothing. Black men don't own anything. They don't have no economic base. But yet and still, who do you see on TV with them showing black men and white women? And you know why? Because what they're doing is saying, we're going to give you this image here, but it ain't nothing to it, but we're going to give it to you because we want you all now to start separating. That's what it is. You got to know what's going on here. And once you cannot advocate for your black people and lay down with nobody that don't look like you, ain't no way you can do it.
Let me ask you this, Monty. Have you ever been out of the United States?
Sir, I have traveled all over the world.
Okay. All right. And how old are you?
Okay, what's your next question? Next.
Okay, how old are you?
I told you I'm 62 years old.
62 years old. And are you a man or a woman?
I am a male.
Okay. Could have fooled me because you're acting. Here we go.
I love my black people, and I love my black sisters.
And now you know what? And Monty, I love my black sisters too. So it sounds to me like you and I are the. Say what? What'd you say?
Just go ahead. Finish your statement.
I said I love my black sisters and I love my white mother too. It sounds like you and I are kind of the same.
Oh, so you have a white mother. Oh.
I don't have a white mother.
It makes sense.
This guy. Monty, as entertaining as this has been, let me ask you a question, and I mean this in all honesty. Hold on, Monty. I need to ask you a question. Why are you so angry at guys like me?
No, I'm not angry. What I am is I'm tired of you trying to this narrative. No. You asked me a question. Let me finish.
No. Now I want you to answer the question. Why are you so upset?
I am answering it. I'm not angry at you. I'm just stating my points of view. Now, it may be coming off a little bit of whatchamacallit because I'm passionate.
Because it's okay. Listen, it's okay to be angry. Listen, man, I get angry about shit. It's okay to admit that you're angry.
I'm passionate. I'm not angry. I'm passionate. That's a difference.
Okay. All right.
That's a difference.
If that's what you say.
But what I will do, since you have a platform, what I would want you to do is speak more about positive things about the black community.
No, I won't. Not doing it. Nope, not doing it. You want to know why? Hey, check this out. Okay. Hold on. Check this out, Monty. Because now I'm going to school you up on some game. Do you know what the black community... Do you know how they treat guys like me? Guys who look like me, guys who date the girls I date, guys who sound like me. They call me they call me a bunch of names. Uncle Tom, sellout, blah, 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 blah. You want to know something, Monty? I used to be as pissed off as you about it. But then I did something about it. I separated myself from the people that do not want to uplift me. When I first came to YouTube, Monty, I tried to do the black YouTube thing. But you want to know what happened? The typical nigga shit. Niggas don't want to have anything to do with me, and black women don't want to have anything to do with me. So you know what? I built what I built without them. And I don't give a damn what you or anyone else thinks. You are acting like a female. It's clear you've been raised by a black woman. I bid you a good day, ma'am. Thank you. Let's go to Juicy Roll in New York. Juicy Roll in New York. You're on Live at Donovan.
Thank you, Donovan. I appreciate you letting me come on the show.
Of course. What you got?
my original question I just want to ask you is, as we as a community, the Black manosphere, the manosphere in general, can employ a strategy to change the things that we're seeing every day. I'm sure that everyone can agree that what we're dealing with is ridiculous. It's beyond ridiculous at this point.
Yeah.
You know, violence is.
Yeah. So if I'm understanding your question here, is you want to know what solutions we have for all of the infighting and all of the backbiting and the back and forth stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, man. I mean, what I'm trying to do, and I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna mute you while I'm talking because I'm getting a little bit of background noise. But I'll bring you back on here in a second. What I'm doing, Juicy Rolled, is doing my part, because I'll admit to you that I wasn't all into the beefing all the time, this and that and the third, but I did get into it with a few content creators. That wasn't good. Whether I was right or wrong or whatever, it just was not good. So the strategy that I'm employing on my own is I'm putting on an event, and I'm bringing different men from different, it's definitely men from the Red Pill community, the manosphere, bringing them together. But what I'm doing is I'm trying to separate myself from anyone who has a problem with anybody else. Yes, I know that there are certain personality clashes and not everybody can work with each other, but I honestly believe that the best strategy to really, that you're never really going to get rid of the men who seek to divide. There are men in our ranks who claim that they're pro men or pro male, but they're not really doing anything about it other than just talking about other men. In my mind, Juicy, if you have a problem with another man, you handle it behind closed doors. But what's the reason why this infighting keeps being perpetuated is because you have men in our community who are not congruent with who they really are in real life. They see the success that other guys in this community are having, and they're doing their best to tear it down by any means possible. So in their minds, if they can't have it, nobody can. I honestly wish there was a way we could bring all of these men we can bring all these communities and these men together. But I mean, ever since I called this thing out about a year and a half ago, it seems to have gotten worse. Is that what you've noticed too?
Yes.
Yeah, man. Well, let me ask you this: what are there any suggestions or solutions that you can think of? Because I'm open to suggestions, because I don't like the infighting either.
Honestly, I feel like you've addressed it on many other shows in the past.
Yeah.
There are certain men that are in the community that act less than men. I don't want to be disrespectful.
Sure.
But those that have to take a hard look at themselves and look at their betters and join them rather than, continue to petty, joke posts and all that other nonsense.
Yeah. It's a shame, man, because and thanks for the call, Juicy Roll. That's what I had in my first CME trailer, was that we're a divided community, man. We really, really are, and it's a damn shame that most of our haters are now other men. If I had an answer, I would tell you, man. I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part for the manosphere by not getting involved in all the petty beefs and drama and trying to bring people together. I'm not always going to succeed with that. Every once in a while, I might take a verbal shot at someone because that someone has really done me dirty. But other than that, man, it's I don't know. I would like to think. I'd like to think that eventually the infighting will end, but unless platforms, I suppose, do anything about it, I don't think the infighting is ever really going to stop. And the interesting thing is that what's unique about the manosphere is that it's not little content creators going after the big ones, right? We've got a couple of big content creators who are now co-opting with the smaller content creators to go against the bigger content creators. So, and I'll be honest with you, most guys in the manosphere, we all get along with each other, but there are only really there are a few of us who really sort of give us a bad name. It's really It's really too bad. I'm gonna go to all right. I'm gonna go to Kaiser in Utah, then Brandon in Winnipeg. Let me first answer these super chats. Bill Stryker. Oh, Mike No Go Zones $5 says the murderer's Instagram is still up at Courtney Taylor. How is this ethical? That's a very good question. Bill Stryker, $20 says wholesale worship of black females from the likes of this mother-raised male caller is why the communita is finished, and I'm pretty much done with it. That male is old and brainwashed. Shout out to Minister Jap. Listen, Monty was very, very spirited, but I don't think Monty understands what it's really like. Out in these streets. He's 62 years old, and most 62-year-old black women, hell, I don't know any 62-year-old black women. My grandmother died at 98, but the age that he grew up in, black women were respectable. Like, dude, black people were the most married people in America for the longest time. But then they took the father out of the home, man. They took the father out of the home. Black women started saying niggas ain't shit. I mean, it is what it is. And listen, Monty had a point. He's got a good point. If me as a black man, if I speak disparagingly against black women and I talk about dating white girls and this and that and the third, if something bad happens to me at the hands of white people or white women, I don't expect them to cape up for me. I don't expect that at all, because I just don't fuck with them like that. I don't give a damn. I really don't. I really, really, really do. I could not care less, because they weren't going to cape up for guys like me anyway. Doesn't even matter. Geeky Anomaly says, $2, says summon Tevin Manuals. Yeah, it is what it is. Book of Alpharonomy with the $50 super chat. Hang on. There it is. Says, salute Don. Patience is definitely a virtue with this one. Yeah, that was, that was okay. That didn't really test me too much. It was like, I don't know, talking to Monty was like talking to an overly aggressive boxer who does nothing but throw punches and haymakers, and I'm bobbing and weaving every once in a while. I get a jab in there, maybe get some body work in there, but it wasn't that bad. Cigar Man 85 says, hey caller, are you? I am, ma'am. Yeah, he sounded like a woman. But listen, I don't have the deepest voice myself, so it is what it is. Ostrike, $5 says, we got to pick our battles when it comes to infighting. Divide and conquer seems to be a very popular strategy these days. You're right. Willie Scott, $5 says, great work, Donovan. I appreciate that very much. Let us go to Kaiser in Utah. Kaiser in Utah, you are on Live with Donovan. What's on your mind?
Hey, yeah, it's the first time calling in. So you had said something about Kobe Bryant a while back about how black women had turned on him and they were praising his death after he passed away or something like that, right?
Yeah, man, they did. Oh, yes, they did. Yeah, I did a whole thing on it, yeah.
I don't remember. I remember a lot of white women coming out and talking about how he was a eparist and that he deserved to die, but I don't remember a huge black, a huge black, backlash against him, being dead or anything like that.
Yeah, the thing is, and listen, you're white and you live in Utah, so I can't imagine that you would be privy to that stuff.
Actually, I'm African American.
No shit.
I'm actually African American.
Now there I go. Well, listen, my bad on that. Yeah, man, the day after Kobe's death, I went on and I did a live stream. I think this was episode 524, I think. And if you scroll through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, dude, black women all over this country were outwardly celebrating the death of Kobe Bryant simply because he married a non-black woman. It was unbelievable.
See, now that's interesting. I essentially spend my life on Twitter, not too much on Facebook.
Okay.
Older people, but I usually spend quite a bit of time on Twitter.
Yeah.
And once again, the most I saw, now these were the loudest voices, were people, mostly white leftists with blue hair and those really weird thick glasses.
Right.
They were essentially cheering that he had died. They're like, we finally got this eparist. Like, he finally, and the thing that I find interesting about that statement is that after he passed away, a lot of black women, now this is what I saw, a lot of black women almost like they forgot that the accusations existed, and they were just like, well, we need to ignore that and focus on the fact that, you know, this man and his family is dead, and, you know, or his daughter is dead and all that. So
right.
I don't know where there was this huge, where this black community, you know, like,
man, I'm trying to tell you,
dead because he dated a Hispanic woman.
Yeah. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, dude, I wish I'll tell you what, man, send me an email, tsr@donovansharpe.com. Also, go
90 seconds.
Don't trip. Don't trip. If you're on the line, you'll get on the show. I think it was episode 524, if I'm not mistaken. And I broke down a video of this woman and other women talking about, dude, Kobe Bryant never gave a fuck about black women, so fuck him, he's dead, blah, 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 blah. Trust and believe, it was absolutely a thing, man. It was amazing, but it wasn't surprising. It was not surprising.
Yeah, I'll check it out. And before I go, I got one more thing.
Sure, what you got?
This isn't necessarily directed towards you.
60
it's kind of directed
seconds.
towards your audience.
Okay.
I think that a lot of people need to separate this, I forgot his name, Christian Toby Obumseli.
I think that's his name,
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure I pronounced that wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. They need to separate the fact that, yes, he did say disparaging things against black women. And, you know, you can be mad at that. That's fine. I get that completely.
Yeah, it is what it is.
So if you're not going to be out and, like, you know, protesting or whatever for him, at least protest for the fact that this woman is walking around as a murderer.
Yeah, man.
Like, you got to protest against that. Like, don't, like, leave him out of it. You know, like, he was an idiot. You know, he said dumb stuff while he's alive.
Yep.
He's dead now. We need to focus on making sure that this woman pays for her crime.
There you go, man.
That's like the biggest
10
thing right
seconds.
This is the thing. This is the thing, Kaiser. Black women love black men so much that they outwardly rejoice the death of a black man that does not choose one of them. This is how, I've said this from day one, and thanks for the call, Kaiser. We as black men, we are black women, most black women's only option. The average rank and file black woman cannot date outside of her race. She just can't do it unless she is an exquisite genetic specimen. She's got to pick from brothers. Well, unfortunately for black women, they talk the same shit. Like, what's his name? Monty was all on my ear about the shit we talk about black women. Okay, that's fair, just criticism, but they talk just as much, if not more, shit about us, right? So black women and black men, we talk shit about each other all the time. We're the only ones that get thrown under the bus about it. So if guys like Monty want to say, well, you need to stop doing this, hey, you know what? Tell them to shut the fuck up. But guess what? We're the ones in the catbird seat. We can talk all the shit we want, and we can still go and date other races' women. They can't do the same. So, I mean, listen, if they want to win black men back, look, if black women want to win black men back, it's incumbent upon black women to make themselves more dateable and marriageable. We ain't got to do shit. We really don't. Let us go to 4 black righteous folks in Cali. You're on Live with Donovan. What's on your mind?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. You?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Or yes,
I'm
ma'am.
good. This is my first time calling.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. I can hear you.
Okay, my first time calling. And, very interesting conversation thus far.
Okay.
I just have a couple of things to say. First off, you know, when you were struggling with COVID, there were a couple of people that was like talking about your anti-blackness then. And I really didn't know you at that time because I had heard of your name, but not really.
Right.
I think you had a spat with O'Shea Duke Jackson or something like that.
Yeah, who hasn't?
But I wasn't really aware of you.
Right.
And I was concerned about you because you're a human being. But what I'm saying is, you know, I know when you came back, you said, hell no, you're not changing your position as what you were talking and this and that and the other. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, you are who you want to be. My problem with this scenario is all these men having these expectations of black women. I'm a black woman to support someone that was anti-black American. He used on one of his posts Akata, which is a Nigerian term against black Americans. Mm-hmm. Alley cat.
Oh, wow.
Straight, you know, straggler, like, you know, that's what they call us.
Okay.
And he, even though he said this 10 years or so earlier, he lived out his imagination with having this white woman later in life. Mm-hmm. So this is a common case of idolatry, okay? If you don't know about the Bible, I'm spiritual, but it talks about reverencing something that is, you shouldn't be reverencing. And unfortunately, what he reverenced took him out. But what I want to ask you, because of all this flack about black women not supportive of him.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
What's wrong with
real quick.
Can I ask you this though before you go?
Well, no, because I want to rewind. Well, hold on. I'll let you go. I just want to rewind for a quick second. It was a white. So you said he held white women in high reverence and high regard, and he ended up being taken out by the very thing that
he worshipped white women. He worshipped white women.
Okay, and do you think that's what? Okay, well, it's funny. Anytime you people talk about us dating outside our race, they say, well, you guys worship
people. Aren't you one of us?
Well, I'm talking about black women.
Aren't you Black American?
Yes, I am Black American, but just because I date white girls doesn't mean Now, this guy who got killed, I would say that he probably worshiped black women. But by the same token, anytime a guy like me dates outside of my race, we're told that we worship. No, I don't worship anybody. I worship myself.
No, well, I'm not just simply talking about just dating. I'm talking about what he went out. When people go out of their way to put stuff out there in the public Twitter and whatnot to proclaim their ill will about something else in comparison of something else, you're really putting an emphasis on that other thing, and you're giving reverence to that other thing. And
no. Listen. Well, hold on. Just because now I understand where. Well, hold on. No, and I understand. When you prefer, like, let's just say Pepsi and Coke, right? I have a sweet tooth, so when Pepsi is available, I will drink the Pepsi rather than the Coke. Just because I don't like Coke as much as I do Pepsi does not mean that I hold Pepsi in high regard. But here's the problem. Black women in this country and in this day and age have degenerated so far that compared to other races, it looks like it's funny because it does look like we're worshiping them. You want to know why? Because we're so much happier. Oh my God, look at him with a Becky over there. He worships her. No, he doesn't. She just treats him well. She actually smiles and she thanks him for his time.
Or was he put all that emphasis on that white woman in the end? Was it worth it? He was only 27 years old. I'm trying to ask the question simply. You have a problem with black women not having a response?
No, I don't. No. Hold on. I don't. Hold on. Caller. I need you to stop. Now, see, I need you to stop. I need you to stop talking through me. I don't have a problem with black. Listen, I don't give a fuck about y'all not protesting with me. I didn't have a problem with it. I asked the question, why aren't black women up in arms? And I made the correct assumption. Well, the reason why black women aren't up in arms about this dude is because he was killed by a white woman, and black women hate it when black men choose white girls over them. That's y'all's problem.
I don't hate it at all.
Sounds like you do.
I just want to ask the question though. What's wrong with black men's feet and hands though to protest themselves for these deaths? Why can't they go out there by themselves?
That's a good question.
And protest this.
Very good question. Very good question. And I agree with you.
Why are y'all trying to link us to this situation? And you have a problem more than I do.
It doesn't. Well, hold on, caller. It doesn't sound like you're asking a question. It sounds like you're trying to make a statement. You don't really want to know why we're not out there protesting.
I do want to know.
No, you don't. No. Hold on. You don't want to know. You just want to point out. Well, we're not going to be out there. We're not going to be out there protesting with you. I agree, caller. I agree. Listen, caller. I agree with you. I agree with the fact. Now, I'm not every black man, but I don't know why black men aren't out here protesting for this black man. But I know why black women aren't.
Well, what I'm saying is
because y'all are mad.
Men have such a problem with us.
I don't have. Listen, I'm telling you right now.
They do the same thing that we used to do.
Caller. Sweetheart, I have no problem with black women not marching for black men. I have no problem with that at all. I don't have a problem with that. Okay. I simply asked the question, and it was really a rhetorical question. Why aren't black women up in arms about a white woman killing a black man? And the answer is, and always will be, is because black women do not like it when black men date outside their race.
Beyond recognition.
This is so funny. I had you muted that whole time and you were still talking. Are you still talking? I had you on mute. Wait, hold on. Whatever you said, go back and say the whole, because you wouldn't stop talking. Go back and say what you said before, because I didn't hear anything you said.
I was trying to have a dialogue back and forth.
Well, go ahead. Now is your time. The floor is yours.
I'm just asking the question: if you have a problem with black women not out there,
no, I don't.
What is wrong with men?
I don't have a problem.
I don't. Utilizing their own agency.
You're right.
To protest against what's going on against them because it's escalating.
Okay. See, there you go again. Now I have you muted. You're not asking me a question. You're just making a statement. If you want to make a statement, say, hey, look, I'm going to make a statement. But you keep saying, I want to know why, and then you make a statement. I don't have a problem with the fact that black women are not protesting for this guy's death. And I agree with you. Black men should be out there protesting. This is the way I protest, is I bring attention to it. Go ahead.
I'm saying a statement and a question at the same time because I think it's been missed this whole entire time.
Well, sweetheart, you can only do, okay, that's fine. You can only do one at a time. If you want an answer to a question, just ask the question, I'll answer it, then you can make the statement. Capiche?
Okay, my question is, what's wrong with black men protesting themselves?
Nothing.
And they are not, though. So what's wrong with that picture?
That's wrong. Black men should absolutely be protesting their own deaths. I agree.
So shouldn't they be mad about so many men are being set up, supposedly by this white Becky and others, and that they're being lied on and this and that and the other? Shouldn't they feel compelled at some point to want to utilize agency amongst themselves and come together against what's attacking them and taking them out?
Yeah, this is what my show is. This is what my show is predicated on. I teach men to vet women thoroughly, regardless of race, so that they are not put in the position that this person was in.
But I'm talking about this case and the cases before, because
there's nothing that can be. Listen. There's nothing that can be done about this. This man made a poor decision. This man stuck his dick in crazy, caller, and it doesn't matter what race of woman this is. You stick your dick in crazy, this can happen to you. Unfortunately for him, he ran up on a white girl who clearly played the game better than he was. It is what it is. So what I'm going to teach men is, hey, guys, if there's a hot, blonde, white girl, hey, understand she's going to treat you well, but if she has a little bit of crazy in her, if she's had a DUI, if she has a machine hooked up to her car that won't let her drive unless she blows a .00, you might want to stay away from her. This gentleman clearly did not have the requisite experience to eliminate this woman from his life, and it ended up costing him his life.
Or she says she only date rich black men. That might be a red flag right there.
Could be. Could be.
Because that's what she said.
Okay, so then you might want to talk to
the rich black men. So if you ain't got the money and you run out of money, then you might have problems with this woman who is seeking your money at all times. And if you ain't got the money, she might lope the fuck up and become crazy.
She might. And guess what?
That's demonic.
Hold on. Wait, now you're telling me that white women are demonic. Okay, whatever. Listen, all women.
No, I'm saying people that tell you what they're doing and what they're about, they might not be lying about what they're doing and what they're about if they're telling you outright, I only are dating you because you got money or you told me you have money.
Okay, so you think that women who only date rich black guys are bad people?
I think that if that's all they're seeking you out for and not thinking about you as a human being first and maybe other things that you might contribute to a relationship, that might not be the go-to.
Well, that's very sweet of you to say, but we here in this community, we understand that there is no such thing as unconditional love. There's just not. Okay, so she's a white girl who likes to date rich black guys. Guess what? A lot of women like to date rich black guys, caller, but that doesn't seem to stop them. The only people that have a problem with white girls who date rich black guys are black women like you. That's really the problem. Listen, if you're mad that black men,
I don't have a problem with her.
Clearly you do. Clearly you do. Listen, look.
I'm not even mad about it.
Then why did you call my show?
Sleep over it.
Then why did you?
Black men have the same capability as I to protest and stop trying to tell us what to do and do it.
No, listen, listen, and I trust me. I know that I could never tell anyone like you what to do and how to do it. I can certainly appreciate that.
You already know.
There you go.
I'm God's child. I'm a warrior. I'm God's child for real. Righteous as hell.
Are you
God's child.
Let me go Kevin Samuels on you. How old are you?
I mean, you can't go Kevin Samuels on me because that's not going to happen. We're having a show about this dude who died.
Let me take a stab at this. You are over the age of 40. You're not married, and you have at least 3 children. How's my aim?
Okay, you may be right and you may be wrong, but what is the point?
The point is, this is why my show. The point is no. See, hold on. You asked me. No, hold on. See, now there you go. This is listen. Women like you are the reason why my show exists. I just sat here and told you I don't know you from a hole in the wall. I sat here and told you what your age was. I told you what your marital status was, and I even told you how many kids you have. And you want to know what is the point? That is the point. But you didn't want to really know what the point was. I got you, and you did not want to admit that. The point is that that's why this side of the internet occurs. I advise men to stay away from the white girl on your screen. I also advise men to stay away from women like you. That's really what this comes down to. Look, if you're pissed off that the men you want other kinds of women, just say as much. And just like, and I agree with you, caller, if black men shouldn't sit around and bitch and moan about what black women ain't doing. Listen, black women not going out and protesting for black men, that's just another thing y'all ain't doing for us. That's just all, that is just all there is to it. Y'all ain't done nothing for us for a while. We don't expect nothing now. So that I agree with. And you just sat here and said, people will tell you what they are your whole entire life. Listen, black women have made it clear to black men, y'all ain't gonna do shit for us. So pardon me for asking that particular question. I agree with you. We absolutely need to be doing for ourselves. By the same token, you also need to be doing for yourselves. You see, if we have the agency to go out here and make changes for ourselves, then you black women go out here and bitch about our agency. You don't want us early, but now you don't. But now when we get with a white girl, now all of a sudden there's a problem. I've got other callers, but I will give you the last word. Go ahead.
And how he's treating those women in his camp. He's treating them like hoes and talking crazy to the men and everybody. He's making them feel like, or
who are you talking about?
As if they're all his slaves.
Who are you? Wait, hold on.
What he's been doing, and a lot of these.
Whoa! Hold on, caller. I don't know. Hold on, caller. I don't know who you're talking about. I had you on mute for the last minute.
I'm talking about Carbonation. Used to be Nature Boy. He changed his name to 3 God, who is out here.
I have no idea who that
pimping men and women alike in his cult. And I'm trying to tell you, the mentality of a lot of men these days are not knowing of God at all. They think of themselves as being godly. They think of themselves having this ultra ego that is above and beyond reproach. And I'm trying to tell you that that's not going to work in this community no more.
And I'm telling you, I don't listen. And I'm telling you, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. If you listen, if you hold on. If you had such a See, now I gotta mute you again. Dude, typical, listen, check this out. You are so typical, you will not shut the fuck up. For God's sakes, shut up. Jesus fucking Christ. Holy smokes. Yeah, she was talking that entire time. Holy God almighty. I was gonna give her the last word. I don't know. Should I give her the last word? All right, I'm gonna give you one more chance. Go ahead.
I know I hurt you. God be with you, though.
Oh, she hurt me. All right, well, yeah.
God be with you, though.
You don't want God to be with me. You don't like me. See, this is one thing I love about. No, hold on, woman, lady. This is funny. No, this is so funny. Women like you people always want to come off as godly. God be with you, caller. You don't give a fuck about me. If I were to go out and get shot in the head right now, you wouldn't give a shit. So don't do that. Don't do that. No, don't do that. You said no. See, you're not gonna talk. Now you're not gonna talk over me. You said God be with you. With all due respect, go fuck yourself. You don't want God to be with me. People like you always like to, and this is when we know people like you get angry. You guys start throwing around God. You don't care that whether God is with me or not. Stop trying to act like you give a shit about me, because I don't give a shit about you. Okay? You're not gonna, if you want to come on and virtue signal and all that good stuff, you can say God be with me. God be with me. That's fine. You can try and lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. You can go fuck yourself, because I don't care about you or people like you. I'll give you the last word. Caller? Okay. Well, I guess she left. Oh wait, there she is. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm asking, do you have a problem with the
Oh
word God?
man! Hey!
All right, there we go. All right, I had to get rid of her. Let's go to Brandon in Winnipeg. Brandon in Winnipeg, you're on live with Donovan, and you go ahead.
Hi, Donovan. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good, man. How about you?
I'm good. I just wanted to thank you for appreciation.
Thank you.
I didn't really have a father in my life, and I saw your videos. It was just recommended to me out of nowhere. So
okay,
and I started reading it. You were harsh, but it was something that I needed to hear.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because like I used to be like I'm not gonna cap. I used to be like a loser, right? And just like the harshness that you brought out, really thought like, man, I wish I had a father.
Yeah,
I really did. Because I feel like if I did, I feel like my life would be a little bit different. But I'm still blessed. I'm still alive, you know.
Good.
No issues with that. Those callers, man. Those women. I don't want to hold up your time because you've been dealing with a lot of stuff.
Sure.
I feel that I don't know where this started, but I feel like Black women are they almost have like a God complex. Right, and I don't really understand where they got it from. Right, because
I can tell you where they did get it from. Is they get it from, well, they get it from the Black community. Listen to this. I want you to and caller real quick. I want you to listen to this soundbite. This soundbite is from Malik Zulu Shabazz. Okay, and hang on one second because what I want to do is so this guy. Listen to this. Just listen to this. Hang on a second. It's coming. It's coming.
I love the Black woman. I want to say that the Black woman is the queen of the planet Earth. She's the mother of civilization. That the Black woman is the goddess of the universe.
That's where they get it from, caller. They get it from Black men who continue to exalt them and put them on high. And the funny thing is that anytime a guy like myself has anything disparaging to say about Black women, they get all up in arms because they've given Black women this God complex. Well, guess what? Just because you have a God complex does not mean you're living godly, because Black men, as far as I'm concerned, my life is a lot better off than most Black women I talk to. What about you?
My life is better, but I do have less stress.
Okay, all right.
If I could say that. I kind of sympathize with you. I'm of Jamaican descent in Canada.
Oh,
Black
wow.
women growing up. People said I wasn't Black, right? Because I don't talk slang. I just speak regularly. I didn't really like basketball either. I played football. I liked anime. I played video games. Like a typical Black person, right? So, and I like classical music, rock, death metal, stuff like that. So I sympathize and I understand.
Okay.
But at the point, I feel like there's only so many times that men will just sit back and take it before they fully lose their shit.
There you go.
And I think they just don't understand. I don't think they understand that. Yeah, we've been going easy on you guys. We've been letting you guys get away with this because that's how our society is. But I'm just scared that eventually it's gonna just go nuts and everyone's just gonna lose their shit. That's what I'm most concerned about.
I'll tell you what, Brandon. This is one thing that most Black women, when they come after me on my views and points and all that, most Black women fail to acknowledge or even realize that Black women we gave Black women the right of first refusal. Okay. My first two girlfriends were Black. And the reason why they were Black is because I was attracted to Black women. That's the way I was raised. But my first two Black girlfriends acted like and this was in Hawaii, acted like the typical Black women, and I don't, switching and all that. Okay, all right, fine. Then I dated a white girl in high school. My white girl, my high school sweetheart, her name was Jill. Jill had flowing blonde hair. She had green eyes, and she treated me unlike dude, she treated me better than my own mother, right? So I think when black women claim they have a problem with black men choosing women other than them, what they fail to acknowledge is we give them the right of first refusal. We give them the first bite at the apple. They couldn't take advantage of it, and now here we are years later. I'm living a good life. I'm making great money. I'm my girlfriend's an attractive white woman, and they can't stand it. I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, it's sort of also reminds me of like the whole feminist movement. It's like or like how black women say, like, leave us alone, do this. And I'm like, you don't really want us to leave us alone.
No,
because we do.
No,
you just still complain to us. Like we'll literally do our own thing, and you still come bitch to us that we don't care about your problem.
Yeah.
Right. Even though even me growing up, a lot of this stuff was suppressed. I saw I think it was like 3-4 years ago when I saw the statistics of like suicide in men.
Yeah.
Why didn't nobody talk about this in school? Why didn't nobody say anything like this?
Right.
And it's like you have all these advantages. You're literally playing life on easy mode, and you're still fucking complaining
all the time. And then they want to call.
I don't get it.
Well, I mean, I get it. And I guess that, listen, if I were black, I would be salty too if I were black women. If I were a black woman and I were not capable of dating men outside my race, but then guys from my very own race, the best and brightest that we have, are dating women of other races, I'd feel some type of way too. But rather than actually getting off of their asses and doing something about it and bettering themselves, they want to call my show and shame me. Well, you're poisonous and this is treasonous. Okay, fine. Whatever helps you sleep at night. Brandon, thank you very much for the call, man. I appreciate it.
Have a wonderful day.
You too, man. Take care. Smoke him if you got him with the $5 super chat says, these old 304s are salty today. Yeah, man. Monty and I'm going to have to clip both of those phone calls. Those were awesome. Man, oh man, that's the gift that keeps on giving. I'll tell you what, man. I don't know. Maybe I could be the anti Kevin Samuels. Not really. Let's go to actually, hang on a second. Derek, I came to you too soon. Let's go to Rio in Detroit. Rio in Detroit, you're on Live at Donovan. What's on your mind?
Hey, how you doing, Donovan?
I'm doing good, man. How about you?
I'm doing good. This is my first time calling into the show, man. I waited an hour just to get through, man.
Well, I appreciate it, man.
Show. I listen. Yeah, I don't talk in the chat or nothing, but I always watch the show.
Okay.
Yeah, but I had a few things. So the first thing I wanted to say is, like, have you noticed, like, I've been watching some TikTok videos and other stuff, and it's like the so-called pro-black people.
Yeah.
They using this as an excuse. Right? They saying like, oh, y'all saying white women submissive to y'all and all this. I'm like, man, how often does this happen? Like, this don't never happen. Like,
No, dude, listen, man, women kill men all the time, dude. Women kill men all the time. Okay, so a white girl, and you want to know something? A white girl killing a black guy is not going to deter black men from fucking with white girls. This is just not going to happen. This is how bad black women have devolved. This is how bad black women have devolved. They call white women the black man's kryptonite and all this other extra shit, but guess what? We're still jumping ship. It's unbelievable.
Yep, yeah. And see, and they trying to use, they trying to shame us, like, oh, look at y'all love them white women so much. Now look, I'm like, man, this is one couple out of like billions, man.
Oh my God. I mean, I'll tell you what, I wish a bitch would come at me with a knife.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't care what race she is, like, she gonna get that work.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, but what I wanted to say is, and it's something you said earlier in the call, why is it that? Because I noticed, how come when a Asian man, a white man, or Mexican man, if they date out their race, nobody says nothing, but then when a black man do it, why he gotta hate himself and all that?
Well, the reason why is because white women, Asian women, and Hispanic women can all date outside of their race, okay? You see, black women, not only that, black women prefer to be with black men. They prefer to be with us. We are their first choice. Black women used to be the first choice of the black man, but of course the black woman is what the black woman is, and so now we're seeking greener pastures. But the reason why Asian women, Hispanic women, Caucasian women don't get all up in arms about their men dating outside their race is because they can date outside their race. If black women could date out at the rate that we do, we wouldn't have this problem, but they can't, so we do. I'll give you the last word.
Oh yeah, that is true. I didn't think about it like that. Yeah, you're right.
That's exactly right.
And my last thing I wanted to say, right, is because and another thing, people assume like because I date white women or whatever that I worship them or whatever.
Oh God, yeah.
But no, I don't worship them. No, but what in my experiences, I've been treated better and. You know what I'm saying? They've looked. Now, don't get me wrong. I've dealt with some bad ones too.
Of course,
that race.
Of course. So have I.
But, yeah, man. But I don't worship them like I worship myself first. But that's just what I like. So why can't I just like what I like? Like that's what I don't get.
Yeah. The reason why we can't like what we like, Rio, is because we are traitors to our race and this and that and the third. Listen, man. Listen. If black women want to win black men back, y'all got work to do. Yeah, listen, I don't have to do shit. I got my shit together. I don't have to change nothing. If black women want to start catching the eye of your boy, y'all need to put in that work first before I put in work. Rio, thank you very much for calling, man. I appreciate you calling. Thanks for watching the show.
Yeah, you have a good one, man.
You too, man. I like Rio, man. Rio was a cool dude. He was a cool dude. He's like, man, I waited for an hour to get you in. Let us go to Derek in Houston. Derek in Houston, you're on Live at Donovan. What's on your mind?
Oh, what's going on, Donovan, man?
What's up, brother?
Oh, okay, so like, I don't mean to be a mood killer, but I got 4 like simple things.
What you got?
First,
what you
got? Without the guidance I didn't have in the 8th grade, I did go through a phase where I committed self-deconstruction, and it like kind of shifted my life. Yeah. So I guess I can say I'm a survivor.
Okay.
Fucked my head up forever. So
okay.
The best advice I could probably give, man, don't try it. You'll be chasing the Grim Reaper. I feel like the Grim Reaper will forever chase me.
Yes.
It's the forever afterthought I feel. 2, y'all content changed my life because I just got out of a situation. Not got out of a situation, but it was a situation that happened in December.
Okay.
And everything that I would listen to your translations and stuff, right? And I was like, dang. And I dated this white girl. She was dope as hell.
Uh-huh.
But like I wasn't together enough. And I kind of knew that, and I had to self-reflect on that. So she gave me the eyes of like I was a loser, and like that made me like really go look in the mirror like, damn, I am a loser. Like I feel like a loser because it's like, she told me all the ambiguous stuff women usually say.
Yeah, right.
Hey, I don't want a relationship.
Yeah.
All that, but what really got me is when we had to talk the first time, and she was like, okay, I want kids and a family. Then when we stopped talking, she said, I don't want no kids. And then I said, translation, you don't want kids with me.
Ooh!
You don't feel I'm adequate. You don't feel like I'm adequate enough to be with you.
You hit her with the translation?
No, I thought of that in my head. I didn't do it.
Okay. I was like, I was about to say, look, if you hit her with that translation, I'd be like, yo, Derek, you're the fucking gangster, homie.
No, because like I was looking at, because I usually look people in their eyes.
Right.
When I look them in their eyes, it tells a lot about people.
Yeah.
So when she looked at me with that look, like, dang, I don't want to feel like I'm dating, a loser.
Right.
Like, and I was like, damn, I had to self-reflect. And I was like, bro, I am kind of in a losing state
there
right
you go.
now.
You got to keep it real, right?
And then, like, listening to y'all content really woke me up like, damn, like, bro, it shook me into another level. I'm like, damn, Donovan telling the truth. Fresh Fit telling the truth.
Damn right.
This is real. Like, they don't, like, women don't care. Like, they don't, like, they want to be at least with an above average man or better. And, like, that woke me up. So, like, now, I'm doing better. I'm in school, going for something slight, but like I plan on doing other things.
Good.
3, about with the black and white thing.
Yeah.
Look, I've always been attracted to other races because ever since I was little, I've always wanted a white girl. I was always attracted to the opposite sex. My whole family already knew. I mean, not the opposite sex, the opposite race. My whole family already knew. It was like, you're going to end up with a white girl or a Hispanic girl. Because, like, guess what? My uncle named Derek, he's with a Hispanic girl. But, like, it's not nothing denigrating black women. We have just been taught, like, women have just been taught to not compete for their black men. And you listen to all these other things, and they always say, well, I deserve a black man. I'm like, no, you don't. You got to compete just like everybody else. And it's kind of happening opposite with white men and other ethnicities, too. Oh, these black guys, like, no, y'all got to compete, too.
That's right.
Like, everybody got to compete. The world is a gladiator of competition.
That's right.
If you're not willing to get on, I have a saying I say, if you're not willing to get on the Monopoly board, get the fuck up off of it. You don't need to be on it.
Okay, all right.
And that's pretty much what I got in. I just want to say, thank you.
Derek, man. Yo, you came with the fucking fire, man. Thanks for calling.
No problem.
Derek made a very good point. He talked about, black women don't they don't think they should have to compete for black men. This is the same with white men. A lot of white men out here who think that they shouldn't have to compete for white women. I don't know how accurate that is because I'm not a white man, but yeah, like white boys, y'all listen, man. A lot of y'all's women are coming over to the dark side. Listen, man, hey, look. I mean, I'm all fair for let the best man win, but y'all white boys got to step y'all's game up. Like Sir Mix-a-Lot said, even white boys got the shout. Baby got back. Let's go to Mark in Georgia. Mark in Georgia, you're on Live with Donovan. What's on your mind?
Mr. Sharpe.
Yes. What's up, buddy? Yes, I got you. I got you loud and clear.
Trying to get my headphone right.
No, that's okay.
Yeah. No, I
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Oh, crap. Damn. Okay. All right. Oh yeah, looks like the episode ended. Sorry about that, guys. We almost got through all the callers. Please call back another time. Willie Sky, already read that one. Amaze, $2, says, another one overdose on Tariq's foolish sentiments. See, I don't really listen to Tariq like that. I don't listen to Tariq. I don't listen to him like that, man. I've read one of his books. Like the Holy Book of Game or some old crazy shit like that. But I've never really known. Hang on a second. Camera green. Nope, that's not it. Oh, there it is. Okay, there we go. The phone lines are now closed. But no, I've never really listened to Tariq. D with the $5 super chat says, now non-black men see what we deal with daily. Go ahead, non-black men. They are all yours. Man, I'm trying to tell you. I thought that Monty was a woman because he had a high-pitched voice, but I'm not going to bag on him for that. But yeah, man. I mean, listen, just because I don't date y'all doesn't mean I hate y'all. You feel me? D, $10 says, the caller's argument is bullshit. The BLM women and Cynthia G make millions on the death and destruction of the black male image. Black women protest to get money and buy $6 million houses. You said it, I didn't. Smoke them if you got them already. You read that one. Says, these old 304s are salty today. Dr. Thunder's in the house. Says, black women are still the black man's preference, which is why a lot of the attitude that black women have when black men date out is ridiculous, especially when you consider they don't want us. Yeah. Us being educated, lames, and the like. Talk too proper or actually be into something serious. Yeah. Exactly. I wanted to give Dr. Thunder some shine. Okay, guys. So I am about to switch over to Sharpe Stream. To break down not the ultimatum, but I'm only going to break down Temptation Island. I'm only going to break down Temptation Island, and the reason for that. Here we go. I got to get my phone up there. Myron actually called me about a half an hour ago, so I got to call him back after I get off here. Yes, I'm going, and this is Temptation Island season 4. Episode 1. So starting tomorrow, I'm going to be breaking them both down. I'll do a half an hour Temptation Island, a half an hour of Ultimatum, and we will go from there. So at this time, I will put the time clock up there. And if you guys want to watch the show, if you guys want to watch the breakdown live and in living color, download the Sharpe Stream app. Go to the App Store on Apple for iOS. You can also go to the Google Play Store for Android. You can download the app. It's absolutely free. You can watch all of my premium content live for free. You don't have to pay me anything. If you want access to all of the replays, become either a patron or a Sharpe Stream member. I will see you guys over in a couple of minutes. Oops, that's the wrong one. There we go. All right, it is about that time. It is... Oh, come here, little buddy. This is my little buddy, Walter. Walter has joined us. Okay, now he's getting all fidgety. Walter, stop. There we go. So this is Walter. Walter's finally calmed down enough to be in the studio. So I'm going to say so long to all of my audiences. Again, if you guys want to watch this, and as you guys can see, this is Temptation Island. This looks like they're showing footage of season 3. The tall black gentleman there next to Erica is one Kendall Kirkland. He will be a presenter at the Conference of Masculine Excellence. Very much looking forward to that. So I'm going to say goodbye to my Facebook audience, my MGTOW.TV audience, my